rats, my friends who breed them, they have rats that last about 2 years. And so there's this thing where they get them, and
You're
then
in 10 months. You better take care of them, Rachel.
not only that, they get them not all at once. So the problem is there's always one. There's always one that's like 2 years and 4 months, and man, Rosie's been a trooper. By the way, we're going out of town for a week. Will you just come by our house? We'll give you a key. You can come by the house and feed the rats once a day. I'm like, this thing, like, you always say the oldest one is your favorite, and it's going to die.
Well, of course, it's got the most developed personality.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's got the most experience.
It never
It's the highest
happened.
level.
It never happened. But I was always terrified.
Well, I'll look forward to...
I'm going to have to send you all of these, hey, I hate to tell you, but messages, but then...
Oh no, don't you dare interrupt my vacation.
I would never do that. I would never actually.
You tell Herbie.
Oh,
Any bad news that has to come my way, I don't care if it has to do with the rats. I don't care if we go to war. I don't care about, like, hospital visits.
What if we go to war with the rats and they win?
In the hospital.
Again, I'm going to designate Herbie as sort of the repository for all that information.
and then when you get
What if
get back, Herbie will tell you.
Yeah, of course. Herbie
In
will
the
give me
war.
just sort of a straight download about, like, everything that's going on there. Hey, Herbie, what happened last week on Dungeons and Dragons?
Well, let's see. We completed the rescue of some kitties from a pirate ship.
Kitties.
Yeah,
Kittens. Meow.
kitties, not kitties.
This,
With a little help from the I've gotten confused on the name again. Swords of Freedom?
The Swords of Freedom.
Yes.
No, Swords of Liberty.
Swords of Liberty.
Swords of Liberty.
Or
It's like the StarCraft 2 expansion.
Maddie did have to swear an oath to secure that assistance. But
Yes.
And they're rental monsters.
Yes, they summoned Narnia.
Yeah.
It was like Knights of the Round except with flying animals.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, sometimes that's what you get for a guest fight.
Yep. And we bugged out up there, went home. Trying to remember. There was a date. Went in and went on a date that involved larceny.
I mean, we went on a date.
Yeah.
It's true, that happened. Ark, what happened to Ark?
Oh yes.
Ark went ahead and went out for a drink. Got a little more than Ark was expecting from that drink. Ark was confronted with some of Joro's goons. And it turns out that maybe Ark's patron of this bar is possibly turned on us?
I think you're the patron of the bar.
Yeah.
I'm the patron of the bar.
Yeah, he's the Patreon.
Turned
of the bar.
on me, the patron.
Yes.
But yes, it looks like for some reason my friend Odrin Ironstout has gone ahead and turned me into Joro.
Again, not friend, Patreon.
Sorry.
No.
Speaking of substance abuse, what happened to Ix?
Well, I mean, you kind of covered it probably.
Ix has been having a real bad time.
Yeah.
A little bit.
She was like tripping right over her stress limit in the last fight, and also blames herself for the fall of the Golden Dragon. So she's been coping by getting incredibly high and becoming a literal vagrant.
Man. Speaking of fights, what happened to Farran?
Well, I hugged the Jubilex and propelled him into the fist of the Demogorgon.
Gosh, that's true. It's
That
true.
happened.
You 100% Stranger Things that boy. Speaking of popular television shows, what happened to Reese on Rounders? That's a movie.
Yeah.
I went gambling and learned about a special gambling night.
That's right. He's gonna go to the death gambling or whatever.
I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah,
Gambling of an adventurous nature.
It's true. And I think with such escapades complete, we rejoin the group as a whole back at the sign of the Raven Skull, I think, as Lynn struts in, or basically is floating on sort of a cloud underneath her of just sort of bliss and some added change in her pockets.
Oh, hi. Yeah, hi.
So everyone's here then?
Yes.
This is everyone?
As much as Ix has ever.
So I got some news for the group.
No.
Yeah, I had a run-in with Joro again. Joro Joro's goons to be more exact. And Zoro's got Joro.
Oh no! There's another one now.
The sign of
got
He's the palette swap of Joro.
Oh god.
I think Joro might have a mark on maybe us. I don't know for sure. I wasn't able to find out any information. I just got out of there. So.
You're okay?
But yeah, I'm fine. I just lit it and got out.
You lit the place on fire?
That's what we do, right?
Well,
But yeah, I don't know how they knew I was there necessarily. I think maybe there's a bar I frequent, and I think maybe the owner might have sold us out. But for the owner to even know in the first place that Joro wants us, there must be something about you and me that he's got out for us.
So may have been asking around.
Yeah.
If we had to talk to him.
Yeah.
They found you before. Where did they find you before?
It's in the market,
I think it
wasn't
was
it?
in-
Oh,
I
right.
was with him then,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
that reason.
Oh
I guess I'm a pretty easy mark as far as
and I can just not don my carpentry guys.
Yeah,
Maybe if we carried the chairs, we'd be able to hide behind.
I mean, everyone knows to steer clear of those. They're dangerous. So.
That's true.
May not just
think-
be you two.
What's up, Farran?
I have a meta question.
Okay.
Do we know what our heat level is?
Yes.
Okay.
What is it?
7.
By the way, 7.
7 sounds pretty
So-
high. We should do something about this.
Do the characters then kind of know that, hey, there's some people, is this like the direct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think you would be able to observe. There's maybe a little bit more underground activity, a little bit more stuff going through the whisper networks that y'all just happen to be able to traffic in as a result of the life that you lead. That there's some folks out there, and they might be looking for folks that match your descriptions.
On account of activity?
On both sides of the law.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
exactly what I was
that's
going to
what
ask.
I'm
So
saying.
heat basically represents overall. It's not just the guards. It's not just Joro's gang. It's like overall.
Yeah, well, I would say specifically it's negative attention.
Right.
But usually the repercussion is going to be some sort of a climactic battle, usually with the law, but it could be something else as well. Now, mind you, also have rep. Rep really kind of represents your strength in the underworld, the degree to which people respect you as criminals of a certain caliber. What's your rep level at, by the way?
That just hit 1, I think. Tier 1.
Right.
meat,
Level 1, yeah.
That's right, because you upgraded your crew and
One
got a
by
little
one.
bit nicer looking hideout.
Yep.
Did you guys wind up deciding what you're going to spend your points on, by the
Sounds
way?
like we were going to do barkeep another.
What does Barkeep Another do for us?
When you exercise your vice, if after you roll the d6, you may choose to roll an additional d4 with the same rules otherwise applying, so you can overindulge in the d4 as well.
Sounds good to me.
Yep.
Cool.
We go gamble with 0 stress and just.
An excellent purchase.
So, out of
Yes.
curiosity, how do we explain that as an upgrade? Like, I guess we haven't actually talked about that.
What I think that represents is that you're learning to manage your bad habits to the degree to which you
I would say we have a crash pad in the room so we can hit it a little harder.
Yeah, no, I think that there's living with those habits,
Polo.
and then there's knowing how to manage them so that you can indulge in them more. There's knowing, like, okay, I can do power hour and then have 3 fingers of whiskey, and then if I puke and have a gallon of water, I'm good for another couple of hours. I can just have beer after that.
Yeah.
Fair
And
enough.
then I can start all over again. That's managing it. It's not healthy, but it is managing it.
Yeah. So,
Learning our limits.
so the reason I asked about heat, so basically, since it's kind of both flavors of negative attention, law and not law, you can reduce it by addressing either of those angles, potentially?
Yes. See, I think
Oh,
so.
I
What
see
I
where
think
you're
is that what makes the most sense is that the eventual impact of it is going to be the law, but the way that the law gets at you is often going to be other folks on the street, people that are going to sell you out because they got brought in and know that you've got a bigger target on your back than they do.
So taking care of Joro will possibly reduce our heat.
Depending very much on how we do that.
Yeah.
Remember, he's got connections of his own.
If the only guaranteed thing that I can say is that taking out Joro would get you a massive hit of rep. It would depend entirely how you go about doing it.
How massive?
To influence. Joro-sized.
Oh, not that big.
No.
A little short.
Hey, Squeaky El Lobo's here.
Hi, Squeaky.
Hey.
Squeaky El Lobo says, hot testa, feet testa. It's a my 10th year's anascary anniversary against I love you. Al so much salsa see if heats works this times.
Are these procedurally generated?
No, but I just realized who he reminds me of. He reminds me of Jeff K from Something Awful.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's a trip down
It is.
internet memory lane.
Anyway, then he apparently found an adult to write the rest of it because it says, "Hello, Lynette and the daddies. I love you.
Aww.
We love you too, Squeaky."
What if that last bit isn't him finding an adult, but it's just him writing instead of doing text to speech?
It's entirely possible.
First bit is just him choking on his tongue while he tries to talk.
What if, I think what it is all of this is getting texted, but the last bit is the bit that he took his fursuit gloves off for. Because paws aren't
It's really
like,
hard to type with those.
yeah.
Well, don't worry, they're gonna get that guy like gamer paws so he can still win Evo.
Oh my god, yes! Sonic Fox is amazing. You guys aren't up on esports?
No.
Oh man, we're
Okay, hold on. Are we canceling the? I want to see this.
No. We'll handle it in the
Oh.
recap session.
We'll do a picture-in-picture. Like,
There you go.
We might be able to do something to take a little bit of the heat off us. We ought to deal with this barkeep of yours too.
Yeah, it's possible because of the recent activities of pirates, more people are getting the word out that we're out here doing things.
Yeah, to some degree unavoidable, but we ought to at least make it clear it's not without consequence to go blabbermouthing about us to Joro.
Yeah, I definitely gotta go have a word with the barkeep again, find out what the connection was.
Well, you two saw the inside of that pirate ship, right?
Yep.
If you could tell me what you saw down there, I might be able to tell it to somebody who'd be interested in it and would be connected enough to maybe at least get, if the law is interested in us, back them off a little bit.
We had an equitable agreement with them not to pursue that.
An equitable agreement with child kidnappers, yeah. I weep to the idea that we might have to inconvenience them a little.
I think they're going to reconsider the.
I mean,
whole...
you already took their children.
Yeah,
away.
we took the children. Two of them exploded. Like we probably need to circle back around to that eventually.
None of the children exploded.
that we know about.
Sure.
Thank you for clarifying the way
Two
that
of the
sentence
pirates
structured.
exploded, which
Yeah,
we
excuse
probably need to circle back around to. I
It
don't.
says, yeah, next time we'll get more of them.
I don't know necessarily that pursuing that line's the best. Like,
Look, if it's us or a bunch of child kidnapping pirates, I'm pretty okay with going with us on that one, not really thinking about it too much more. I mean, we're taking pictures of Polo.
yeah, I had to.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
Holodographs.
I mean, I can give them what information I have. It'd go a lot better if I knew what was in the ship, and I didn't go down there. You two did.
What was in there?
There was.
Like great.
I'm assuming it was like
Question marks.
mostly general smuggling of things that they didn't want to pay taxes on and narcotics.
Bags with dollar signs.
Yes. I think that there was probably. You didn't see a whole lot of narcotics, but you saw a lot of telltale stuff that probably would have.
Would have been taxed. And
Yeah,
wasn't.
the box for Back to the Future, the adventure game, just loaded up with syringes.
It's just a bunch of cubes. It was the part of the level we weren't supposed to access.
No.
I love that.
Three boxes.
No, so what it had is it did indeed have a lot of stuff that they didn't want to pay taxes on. And a lot of that is imports from Xen'drik.
It's the magic area, right?
That's the
when
continent that you have to have a license to plunder. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there were probably a combination of artifacts, but also goods that you can only get from down there.
Yeah. So the other thing is we are the 2 points. First, the police did find the boat and swarmed it pretty well when we ran off, so I don't know how much that information is going to buy. Second thing is, if they manage to get the boat away and then heat starts coming on them for what they were smuggling with, details, they do know 2 people who were in their boat.
Yeah, because I'm sure we're their best friends right now anyway.
We all walked away. And I think that in our line of work, everyone walking away has meaning.
Well,
pursuing the pirates is also maybe a bad idea, just because the
I'm not talking about pursuing them. I just want to use the information we learned to.
the cops may be looking out for anyone that knows anything that had anything to do with what happened there.
I'm
That
going
may
to the
key
cops.
him
I'm
in.
going to a friend of mine.
I'm just saying that may key him in that you know, there's this weird group of people sniffing in this business they should know about. Has it even been reported yet?
Reported? I mean, what, in the newspaper?
Yeah.
I guess it's a
Do we have a
fair
new
point.
edition of the Chronicle?
No, well, I know there's not. I suspect that there's not a, an actual formal one. But is it like in the in-game one? Is there any note of it? I mean, it was a pretty big police action by the look of it.
There was no mention of it in the next day's report.
We may be tipping our hand if we.
It sounds like.
Yeah, actually, I usually don't want to touch stuff if it's not reported to that
Well,
level.
look, let me throw it at you another way. Do you have some other idea for how we can start to make some progress on this? I mean, we're starting to get kind of popular in the not great way.
Well, we could find out who's giving us out, where, and try and cut that off.
Well, I mean, we know there's Joro, and frankly, things seem to have gotten worse since we came back from our friendly pirate ship. Feels like they might already be putting some heat out on us.
Yeah, we gotta deal with Joro somehow, but at the same time, Joro's got some serious backers, and it's gonna be a big problem.
Real quick, just remind me, we did know the pirates were associated with a gang.
Yeah,
right?
yep,
Yes.
the tyrants.
Are they related to Joro?
They're a
No,
different
as a matter of
one.
fact, they are a different one.
How bad news are they?
They're one of the major four gangs.
Yes, that is correct. Joro is a junior member of a group called the Drask.
Another of the major four gangs.
Yes,
Little fish pretending to be big, I'm guessing.
that's exactly right.
I wasn't trying to make a height joke, but I'll take it.
Is there?
I'm not short anymore. I get to do this sort of thing.
Between the gangs, there's some like known to be more brutal, more cutthroat, more businessy, more I don't know.
So the tyrants definitely traffic in some of the more unsavory kind of underworld stuff. It's not terribly surprising to hear that they would be involved in child kidnapping or indeed forcing kids to basically grow up to become members of their own gang.
Right.
There's also House Tarkanen, which is sort of a parody of the Dragon Mark houses that runs itself very similarly to more of like a classic Casa Nostra kind of thing, where it's got a lot of businesses that seem legitimate that are front for trafficking, laundering, that kind of thing. They make a lot of their money with protection, both for people in town and visitors. The Drosk run a lot of their stuff back and forth between Xen'drik. A lot more of the smuggling and import-export type of crimes happen through them.
I'm assuming the gangs hate each other pretty well.
They do, but they also have a pretty clear understanding of who operates where.
The territories.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Then
So with that in mind, I'm not opposed to actions against the pirates. I just like them not to be actions from us against the pirates or things traced back to us. What if we false flag the pirates against one of the other gangs? Bring heat between them.
Joro. Get them thinking about something other than us.
And then we get the added bonus of people pay a whole lot of attention to that action. They're paying a whole lot of attention to that action, and we slip under the radar. Without it necessarily being something tied to us in terms of, I just walked over to look at some things and suddenly a lot of people know about it, because I got a reputation.
So attempt to pin the pirates fiasco on Joro.
Yeah. Or an attempt to, actually, yeah. Yeah, anything in that front.
It's not a bad idea if you've got some way of executing on it.
We gotta find out more about Joro for sure.
yeah. Well, didn't we just say that the Joro's outfit was the group that was more likely to be smuggling Xen'drik artifacts?
No.
So it almost seems more like we could.
Well, he was involved in this business with Colette from the beginning, practically.
So I wonder if there's some way to, like, play him against that faction of the tyrants that's operating there.
I really like the idea.
Insinuate that they're stepping on his toes.
Yeah. So I like the idea of letting the pirates know that Jorah's the one who got the police on the ship. Pirates will retaliate, as they're wont to do, which makes perfect sense. May even have the merit of being what actually happened. So
We
it's
spread
the
word
truth.
that there was a crew Joro hired to maybe get the cops out there for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody knows Jorah wouldn't hire us.
Yeah.
How did you find out about those kids?
Well, it was actually reported to me by a man who we met down at the orphanage. When I'm with missing, so I started asking other kids who we'd been hanging out with. Eventually, at length, that led me to the warehouse where they were all being held. I saw the signals between them and the ship. That's when I got my friends, and that's when I came back and told you lot.
Well, maybe we can't. Maybe Jorah wouldn't work with us, but maybe if we can find a way to insinuate that he dropped information to us, knowing that we'd get involved, trying to hobble somebody else's Xen'drik smuggling.
Well, as it happens, we might have a way of finding out enough about Jorah to pull that off. This barkeep of yours really did turn you in. He must have had a contact with Jorah's folk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
let's
sure.
string him up.
Yeah, I want to know something why that happened as well.
And making it clear through him that you can't go around blabbermouthing about us will take a little of the pressure off, maybe, if we do it right.
Spread
The door to the room swings open and Colette walks in.
Hello.
Long time no see.
Hello.
Howdy.
Am I interrupting something?
No, not at all.
Sorry, slight meta question. Did you ever mention Spencer to anyone else?
I did.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
checking.
Okay.
No.
Just usual problems. Joro, no.
Our wonderful line of work.
Yeah.
Sure, I understand. What can I do for you?
Oh, did we summon her for a reason last time?
Oh
or-
gosh.
Huh?
That's
No,
good ping.
What are you here for?
I thought that someone. Are you sure?
What's undead guy?
Wait, where's that other fella at?
Sigur?
Yeah, where's
Sigur.
Sigur?
Hello.
Did you, turn the hourglass?
I
Or?
did.
Oh,
Did you bring those rats?
Yes, I did.
Spectacular. I invite you all to join me in the laboratory for a demonstration.
Did I spend 2 coins on the rats or 1?
2.
Alright.
1 apiece.
Alright. Well, let's go have a look.
You all shuffle on down to the workshop, where indeed there are a pair of cages set up. One empty, but that is rapidly filled with these 2 automaton rats. Actually, he doesn't put them in there just yet. Holds one of them in his hand. The other, however, has 2 live rats. And in between the 2 cages is this strange green totem.
Oh no. Why?
I bet I'm not gonna like this.
Arc. Within the central chamber of each of these automatons is a animatory crystal. Kindly remove it.
Oh, okay.
Crush it.
Alright.
The crystal, not the automaton.
Thank God.
Yeah.
No!
This is why I asked for 2.
Crushes it.
Good. You can just dust your pens off. I could do the same with the other one and give me the empty. Oh, I don't need that. Yeah, that's fine. That's yes. Give me that. Good. Thank you. This is mine now. Simple automaton. Empty. Not capable of taking the rudimentary orders of its sort.
Kinda cute, though.
Yes, indeed. Sets in the cage. Closes it. Opens up the other cage. Pulls out an actual rat.
Am I gonna take out the core of that? too?
No. No.
Alright.
Not to worry.
You don't like this.
No.
Remember whenever he showed up and you guys all wanted to get buddy-buddy with him and I said he's a freak?
For what?
Well, I mean, be fair, you look around much.
Point.
Please continue.
You mind getting on with it? I mean,
Yes, in spite of the hurtful words levied at me, I will get on with it. Sets it down in the cage. Closes it.
I ain't going anywhere.
Isn't it?
Oh no.
and he simply steps back and watches. And for a minute, maybe a couple of minutes, you think like, no, he's really, he's kind of crazy. But then there's a little wisp, little tendril of energy, almost not there. It's almost more like a heat shimmer. Passes from the cage with the live rat and the somewhat panicked now live rat and the corpse towards the statue. And there's the briefest.
That's not normal.
And one of the automatons starts to move.
Oh no.
Was there
That's
any
not what I
connection between
expected.
The automaton and the statue, or it just happened?
They're just
It
near.
just happened.
Yeah. Oh boy. Okay.
Is the live rat still alive?
Huh.
Oh, the one that wasn't like neck snapped?
Yeah.
Yeah. You said the
You said the live rat had
it
a
came from the
tendril
live
too.
rat?
No, just from that cage.
Oh, from that cage.
Like
okay.
it wasn't.
Oh.
So it's
Oh.
not the sort of beam that was like, oh, it comes from the nape of the neck. It's only really there because it's completely silent and you're just looking at it really clearly. But it's not so clear that it's like, oh, from this thing to that thing.
It just appertated. something
Exactly,
like that.
yeah.
So I admit that's not what I thought was going to happen.
It's a sight that most people haven't seen in quite a long time.
Huh.
So
Is that
wait,
Now, is that the automaton without a crystal? Or?
Both of them have it removed.
Yeah.
I mean,
Lynn is like staring at Ark right now too. Just.
I mean,
What is a 16 for arcane knowledge? Get
What?
that. It's kind of like that's pretty high level.
Yeah,
stuff right
this
there.
this seems to be some sort of necromantic energy of some kind, but that's about it.
Is that similar to what the forges do for the Warforged?
I don't know enough about Warforged creation to be able to answer yes or no. But if you had a sword to my throat, I'd have to say that it seems awfully similar.
So one question: would Maddie know if there are like undead Warforged? Is that a thing?
You would know, and no, there are not any of those.
Well, that's not undead either, though. The automaton, presumably. Like, does it track as undead or no?
Give me 10 minutes.
I mean-
Maddie actually grips a
I'm
holy
gonna ask that
symbol
to
at her
Sigur
throat.
directly. Like, would that track as undead or is that?
Not to my talents.
Maddie will grip her holy symbol and sense undead in the vicinity.
You don't discover any nearby. Well, you
Well,
know that-
one, but
yeah.
There's one.
There's a ghost working the cash register.
Yeah. Knows there's a ghost nearby. It ain't
Hello.
undead. I can tell you that much. But
Oh,
How
that's.
long does that last?
Huh.
there's a question.
That's a little unsettling.
I suppose we'll find out.
So does it have, from observing it, is it just like its personality just like a regular rat?
Yeah, so it might have been better to have like turned one of the automatons on first, but like yeah, actually, let's just say that only one of them had their crystal smashed, and so the other one is sort of in this on position, and like yeah, it's very,
Oh, okay.
very, very like yeah, like Boston Dynamics, like
Oh God.
this
Two
one
nightmares now.
moves like a rat. It does not understand that it is not a rat.
That's,
It is for all effects.
Oh man. Oh,
I
sorry.
don't know what really happened, but I was right. I don't like it.
Oh
I
boy.
had a
that's-
Soma flashback.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Now I'm wondering where Warforged come from.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just staring at
Who are
Ark
you?
like Lynn is.
Yeah.
Colette is like, I also am wondering where Warforged come from.
Yeah, this is not good. This is several kinds of not good.
This is very bad.
Yeah.
It's a very good thing that we have this and not someone else. Particularly if, like, it really and truly was like a agent of the Lord of the Blades trying to steal this from you.
Ew.
Wait.
Oh, no.
Wait, Lord of the... He's real?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is.
That's
I mean, if this is real,
Then
I
yes.
wouldn't put anything past anyone.
That's
Never met
that's a
him in
yes.
person,
Well,
This
yes,
is
that character that attacked you on the train and subsequently disappeared from police custody when he should have been dead. Yes, we suspect that he is a agent of the Lord of the Blades. Came here from the Mournland, presumably where he went back to, although that's as good a guess as any.
Can this be destroyed?
I thought that bucket of bolts was crazy.
I don't know. Sigur, can this be destroyed? Probably.
I think we should. Like, this is the kind of nobody should have this kind of
got
power.
We
I
got,
don't
sort of-
think this should be destroyed.
we got those discs that
Has to be.
break magic.
It's scary. This importance pretty big for us, Warforged. You know, we can't really make more of our own.
Well, if you
Yeah,
only
but
can
the
make more of-
cost.
If you can only make more of your own by killing the rest of us, I'm sorry to say.
It doesn't have to be killing. It
might
could be
limited
someone on
edition.
death's door. You don't know.
I
But what happens? Is that the same soul in that rat automation thing that was in this thing?
just
Again, I know as
This-
much as you.
All right. This is my outfit. I'm gonna make the decisions,
Alright, make one.
but I need time to think. Keep this here. Keep it safe. Don't tell anyone about it. Don't use it. Don't make any more.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Give me a couple of days. I'll come up with something.
okay.
Hey, before you go, mind if I ask about something a little unrelated? I mean, this is pretty important, don't get me wrong, but it's on my mind, it's bugging me.
Have at it.
How's Spencer doing?
I wouldn't know. He quit.
He quit?
Yeah. Got into the newspapers that he was some sort of a big hero, and he decided he could do better.
What job did you give him?
I got him a job as a guard, because that's what he knew how to do.
Theoretically.
Now he thinks last that I spoke to him, he seemed to think he was bound and destined for greater things.
Insight check?
It's fully believable.
It is,
This
but
is every
it
kind
is.
of accurate. Oh.
Well, I'm sure I believe whatever she had to say.
Okay, Lynn's sort of coming around, and maybe the boy's too stupid to help then.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
sorry that didn't work out then.
Yeah.
We found him apparently not doing so well.
Well, I'm not in the business of doing people favors.
Yeah.
Yeah, you tried. You
understood.
tried once already. You don't know him nothing else. For that matter, we don't either.
Understood.
In the meanwhile, just don't leave town for a couple of days. I'll figure out what to do.
All right.
Sigur, our arrangement is done, but would you mind sticking around at least until we figure out what to do with this thing? I don't know. Is there room for a freak?
Like I said before, you're in good company.
I think you should stay. Oh, I can't argue with his talents, right?
Oh, that was,
What's
that was
breakfast?
sweet, X.
Yeah.
Eggs
yeah.
Cardath.
Oh. You can stay.
Lord of Blades is real.
Colette hurries out the door.
Not spotting,
Bye.
sure, but
Oh boy, that's
What's
not.
the legend of this Lord of Blades?
Don't.
Lord of Blades is yeah.
Isn't he basically a boogeyman?
Lord of Blades, yeah, started probably as a tale. Maybe some parents would tell the children to keep them quiet at night. But Lord of Blades for us Warforged is kind of a figure of, revolution of sorts. Warforged, some of them don't feel that, we have a proper place yet in society. Some would prefer to rule society, and that's kind of what the Lord of Blades represents for them, is that figurehead that'll bring them there.
Yeah, we needed to destroy that thing.
Well,
It's too valuable to destroy.
I,
Too important.
I think it's too dangerous not to, especially knowing who's after it, and presumably would have to know what it does. This means at least one party out there already knows what it does, possibly more.
something else I maybe ought to pass on, since this Lord of Blades spell is apparently real and might have something to do with all this. Remember I came back looking a little rough one time? You were the only one who was awake. It was before we went to go look at that place that burned down
Oh,
or
yeah,
something.
Man, you always
Mhm.
rough.
You done?
Yeah.
Well, the reason I look a little rough is I ran into a warforged in a dark alley. He heard about him. He's apparently been making a habit of just stabbing random folks in their sleep, killing them like.
Who does that?
This warforged does. Ugly one too.
Ugly how?
Well, he's all dented up. Now he's all scorched and dented up. Unfortunately, I didn't quite know how to.
Dented up. How? Could you describe him?
Was it a big dent like on his? I'm trying to remember. It's
Yes.
been a big, real big dent on his chest. Like she kind of tries to make a shape of it with her hands as best as she can.
Did you finish him?
You know, I really try it hard, and then I realize something. I don't actually, or at least I didn't back then, know how to actually do that. I mean, I hit him pretty good. He definitely went down. And given that he'd already killed several people,
Does he know? Did he see you?
well, I'm pretty sure he saw me. Pretty sure he don't want to again.
Where'd you run into this?
It was down. It's called Lowtown, right?
Yes.
Down Lowtown. That's where all his victims were. He'd been running around stabbing folks for
You
most of a week.
Let me know if you ever hear about him again. I've got some personal business with them.
Well, once I realized I probably hadn't actually taken care of the problem due to not really knowing how, I found out how and went looking for him a little bit and asked around, but I don't remember seeing anything else or hearing of him again.
People like that don't slink away to hide and lick their wounds.
Believe me, I know it. No one's more frustrated than I that he's still shambling around out there doing who knows what.
No, he's gonna come back for you.
I hope he does. I'll know how to finish him off this time.
Well, remember how I mentioned earlier how some Warforged devout followers of Lord of Blades?
Well, he was pretty on about the Lord of Blaze, about all he could talk about when he wasn't trying to stab people.
He's one of the worst. He
You
definitely
know him.
needs to be dealt with, yeah.
Huh.
Like I said, personal business with that one. Let's just say he kind of ruined my life a little bit.
Well, he's done that for plenty of people by the sound of it. He'll have my sword if the time comes and I'm around still.
I want a piece too.
How do you kill a warforged?
Well, actually,
Well, you just go ahead and then Art kills him.
Well, there's a switch at the back of the.
Oh.
well, is that...
Did you
That's a
just
pretty
flip
good demonstration.
my switch?
Oh no.
As it happens, well, kind of like you said, it's not always in the same place, but correct me if I'm wrong, there's always that vital organ somewhere. It might be hidden, might be in a different place on each one, but it's there somewhere. You find it,
Warforged have a
destroy it.
core. You know how that rat used to have a core? Similar. Well,
Do you know
similar.
where yours is?
Don't ask him that.
I'm just wondering. He could defend it better.
It's a
I
very
don't know.
personal question.
Well, I'm just saying.
I'd rather not say.
I don't blame you.
Would you mind if I looked after young Edward here?
Edward.
Be my
You
guest.
named him Edward.
Do you mind if I take a look real quick again?
Edward!
It's actually going to look at the power
Now that he
core
has a
that's
name.
happening. Where the power core used to be. Is there anything there now? Or is
Yes, as a matter of fact, a
Oh.
warforged, quote-unquote, heart has sort of stitched together there.
What's that?
Well, that's
Okay.
that's like a Warforged
That
core.
looks like what I was told to look.
But remember this, and then Art actually picks up the other one, the automaton, and says, "See, they don't even look the same now." So
I know, it looks like a
How did
warforged
that
core.
Just,
That certainly puts
is it
some...
pure energy or like?
I'm telling you, that's
It looks more like, it almost looks like a translucent set of veins sort of leading to a crystal.
Yeah.
But it's like it's grown there. It looks like semi-organic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's not like some sort of like metallic casing that's formed over
No.
it.
You
Okay.
can't just rip it
Well,
out either.
so it looks like it's made from synthetic stuff, but like the shapes of it are all organic.
Okay.
Well,
It looks
I'm
kind of like,
telling
so Arc has like metal and stone plates and stuff like that, but a lot of the stuff that binds it together is all like bended wood and stuff.
Mm.
It looks a little bit like that.
I'm telling you, this statue is
Okay.
bigger than something we should just destroy. It's really important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
If nothing else, we need to track it back to the source.
not much else we can do with it at the moment, so...
Admittedly, yes, absolutely, you need to keep this from people like the Lord Blades followers. But like for all the other normal Warforged out there who just want to live normal lives.
This doesn't change any of that for them. This is just an incredible risk. It can only be used wrongly.
Consider
Well,
this too.
That is not
Two-
true.
Well, you got to consider something else. If everybody else finds out about this thing, what are they going to assume Warforged are going to want to do?
I'm gonna find out where they came from. Everything.
I don't know.
What happened to them?
I can't speak for all Warforged. Obviously, we're all different.
No,
but-
people
No,
are
I meant
panicky
other
and
people.
stupid. People are going to see something like this, and it is not going to go well for anyone. No one can know that this is how this works.
Everyone give me a perception check.
There's like a delivery guy from Amazon who's sitting in the doorway overhearing all of this. Oh no.
15.
Natural 20 plus a lot, so
6.
Wow.
This is so high.
13 and 15. I rolled for Cove.
Lynn, you spot something strange. In the second of the two cages, the automaton that we decided was still like boss dynamics.
Robbie?
Yeah, has stopped moving.
Uh-oh. Hey guys, the non-broken one's not moving. What's going on with the other rat?
The other rat's fine.
Okay.
You have to calm down a little bit on account of the corpse in its cage, but
I mean,
It's
same, fair, yeah.
not one of those wind-up ones, is it?
No.
Hey, Art, what's wrong with the rat?
That's a good question. Let me have a look. Art
Robbie.
picks it up and tries to figure out what's wrong with it.
once you pick it up, it actually like
Oh.
and starts moving more like Edward.
Oh no.
Heck?
Is
I-
Sigur
I'd
still
say-
here?
Art
Sorry?
cast
Is Sigur
detect
still here?
magic.
I think he's maybe down the hall or something like that, but he's certainly still. He's not allowed to leave the building, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Sigur,
Hey,
you
Sig,
might want
hey.
to come check this out.
Ark, I don't know how close you want to like hang around the thing that's currently
Yeah, that
playing.
statue.
You might end up turning into a...
Well, then again, Edward's still falling.
Well, no, but
Not worried about it.
there-
Seems fine.
You want to start twitching your nose and doing the thing with your paws?
Seems to be making things a little bit more rattly lately. This is a little concerning. And Lynn is also, if people notice, a very healthy distance away. She's at least several people are closer to this thing than her at all times
I'm
now.
willing to take some risks, and Art's gonna cast some detect magic.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume Sigur gets here before I finish the phone.
Sure. No, he's right.
Yes.
He's here right now.
Does
How's the
the
second one
core
doing
physically look different on the second one?
The second one now matches Edward's.
Okay.
So it didn't even matter that we removed them. It just goes into it, just does the thing regardless of whether they're working right beforehand or not.
Is it possible that there's more than one? I don't want to say spirit or soul because it's a little weird, but maybe rats can
Life source.
have more than. I don't know what. I don't know how.
Rats tend to not.
So Edward the Second then.
Yeah.
You'll hold them up
Is
to
it
each other. And
copying?
We have.
Okay, I just
kind of
just get the dust
of
cracker.
Okay, grab the terrace.
Oh, there you
Oh
go.
my god.
So cute.
Bobby, no.
His tail's gonna. There you go.
Squeak. Squeak.
Okay.
Babies! They are babies! That's from Sigur the Ooze.
I don't suppose either of those rats were trained at all.
So
Not to my understanding.
Okay, because that's really disconcerting at best. But
Let's.
we shouldn't play
Wait.
with this anymore. We should like.
Yeah.
Can we turn it off?
Did anyone touch anything?
No.
We touched the first
he looked
rat.
at, he looked at the other automaton.
just the automaton.
Yeah, we touched
Yeah.
the automaton.
I'm casting detect magic right now.
I think your spell finishes, but there's no additional magic in the area.
Right. I was trying
Yeah.
to see if there's another residue from the first rat, maybe. But
I mean,
it's also possible.
There's
that,
definitely rat residue, but
It's also possible that maybe that statue absorbs them and has more than what we know inside of it.
it
We don't
doesn't.
know where it went.
It doesn't act as a receptacle for souls, only a transference.
How did
When
Where
you're
did the
sure it's
second-
not copying.
If we had sensed undead and there was some loose soul spinning around, I'm sure we would have noticed it. Yes.
I didn't sense any. Abby gets a funny look on her face and uses sense undead again. Is there still one ghost manning the cash register?
Yes.
Oh no!
Well, as far as I can tell, everyone's still where they should be. Still have exactly one ghost in the building.
Well,
we need to make sure that.
But how did one soul become two? Maybe we ought to just.
we don't know how.
How do you shut the thing off?
It's not as though it has a switch in the back.
Can we move the corpse away from it or something? If that's part of it.
What's the range on this?
I believe it's relatively close by, but
I do have another theory because I mean, I don't know much about the Forge. Not many. The Forge that forged the Warforged, but apparently, maybe from what I heard, there's maybe some kind of process that maybe imprints something on us that makes us go in the first place. It could be something similar where you put something in it, and then it uses that for future copies.
So it's not.
But this is just me spitballing here. I can't. That's it,
So less terrible, but still incredibly dangerous if that's the case. And
people still get the wrong idea.
I have a. I don't know if this is a meta question or if my character should just ask this, but do necromantic magics that seek to drain life essence work on Warforged?
yes.
Okay.
Healing stuff works on Warforged now as well.
Yeah.
I think it used to not.
Because it seems like if you could just take one soul and then make a theoretically infinite number of souls, that there's some sort of conservation of souls problem here.
Well, I mean, that's what babies do. Like, souls appear when people have a baby, so it's not that, like, souls are a finite resource.
Well, it could be a limited number of uses.
So when a child is born, it receives a soul from the Great River. I think that your furry friend here is absolutely correct. If we are to conclude that there are two rat-shaped Warforged here on the table in front of us, then each of them has a soul of some kind.
So maybe it's just a.
It's remarkably similar.
I don't know.
Fast Forged, I give it that. The Rat Forged.
What religion is the Great River?
Bloodival. Bloodival. I think he's talked a little bit about the nature of undead and the cyclical nature of the soul and how undead are sort of revered because they've escaped that cycle of constantly being reborn. I'm
going to guess that Silver Flame and the other pantheons don't see the same river and origin of souls?
Not so they don't really contest necessarily like the idea of like where souls come from, but they have a much more linear notion of how the world works. They're more like you serve the Silver Flame and then you go to heaven or hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't concern themselves with where souls come from.
Silver Flame believes souls are probably pulled out, or souls eventually go somewhere else, but they also get made. They don't believe in a constant flow like the world.
Well, taking that as accurate, regardless of what your faith may be, if there are two souls present here, and one was very recently in one of these rats, then the second soul must have come from somewhere else. And given the nature of soul, it could have come from somewhere else.
Maybe it's like.
Oh no.
I know when you're putting handles on a cabinet, you know, you make a little wooden thing and put holes in it so that you can make the handles all line up with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think maybe this thing's sort of like that? Like, it used the rat to make something like that. And now it's not. Neither of those has that rat soul, just saying, hey, this is what I want. And the Great River's like, all right, here you go.
Potentially.
Made to order.
I think that the immediate transference suggests that whatever soul was present in our first unlucky individual, Edward Prime, simply moved on to his current state as expected.
It's going to be a bit expensive, but the only way I think we could really find out is if we got a few more automatons and just let them
I'm not sure. No.
Let Colette make up her mind first.
This is.
We work for her,
Indeed.
let's remember.
There's some things we shouldn't experiment
And
on,
if we
and
keep
this is.
experimenting, someone might notice.
I do think it's a good idea to know how it works.
I know enough for now, I think.
There's a lot of danger in something like this running away.
I'll clean up here and try to make sure that it doesn't
But I think
It's just
summon
Here's
any more
the
souls
thing.
out of the ether.
I believe that Lynn is right in one and only one case, and that is if there are no more of these that exist.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I think Cove.
But I
You're
don't think this
banned
is
from
the.
this room on
But I
this
don't
action
think
thing.
this is the only
Yeah,
one
yeah,
of these that has existed.
I think we need to find and destroy every single one.
Well,
Colette seems to be all about that, hopefully. So
until we know the full capabilities of it, the idea of someone else having one, like I'd rather us also have one.
This
Arms race.
mutually assured magical create a billion armies thing is like
worked out
world
real
ending
well
stuff.
last time.
No, yeah,
It's
we
not-
lost a continent last time.
It's not
Let's-
good, but it's better than the Lord of Blades has one and we have none.
I would rather risk that than hold on to one that the Lord of Blades could get.
But I don't want to be murdered by an army of
think he
war.
has
That's why I don't want him to get this one.
I don't know that I would.
If you're going to continue arguing, I will dismiss you from the lounge.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you've got something else we need to deal with
Let's not
anyway.
argue near the rare artifact statue.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, if Colette's looking into that, maybe we ought to look into our own business like we were starting to begin with. We need to. Can't just ignore it.
Because even if we don't want to ever like, I can accept we should never use this for that purpose.
Brandy!
But if they have one, we want to be able to know what all it's capable of. If they start doing something way worse with theirs, and we like, well, we had one when we destroyed it.
Here's another idea. Again, no one knows why that whole continent exploded. What if
that's
you
true.
break this statue and we get our own little mini powerful dead area explosion? Like, this is powerful stuff we're messing with here. We shouldn't be rash.
And as far as I know, we got the people who can look into it, and we seem to agree we need more information. Let's let them find the more information and stick to our own business for now.
This sort of, I guess, worldview shattering object is unfortunately going to just cause philosophical debates by the nature of its existence.
Yes!
So
Success!
Well, that's good.
So
but
my
I hope
apologies for indulging.
No, please.
No, to the characters.
Oh.
No, I love that you did this, and I'm glad that we're doing this. But, Farran's like, I'm sorry for dragging everyone into, a bunch of hostility over a
Look,
thing
if
that is...
anything-
No, you're fine.
No,
Just keep
Lynn
punching
was
people
running
like
straight
dogs.
at it.
If anything, this makes it more important that we get the attention off us. We don't need anyone else looking into
Yeah.
us and finding out about this damn thing.
Now that's something we can all agree on.
So maybe we ought to figure out what we're going to do about this barkeep of yours.
Yeah, before
Put him
we
into
go,
an attack.
Kill him and steal his soul.
we may also
No,
want to
have a
look
bar-
into...
Lynn takes the artifact and runs away.
Now that we know what this thing is, we may want to
We
look
build a
into upping our security.
bartender robot, and then we put his soul inside.
We may want to look into upping our security a little bit more.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes,
idea.
that's good.
Especially with who we let in here, and there's some, we can set up an alarm.
More security means more people that know about this thing.
Not necessarily.
A few Warforged sentries would look really good out front. Good thing we have a great wing. Edward.
Yeah, we're gonna train the Rat Forge to.
Oh.
No. I was thinking more magical in nature, like a alarm spell, trigger.
We do still have
door.
a door that requires entry via like
So
a
that-
poem thing, right?
We also
Or-
have windows.
Don't we? We do have
So
windows.
that is directly into like the main headquarters. The
Right.
laboratory is down
Right.
the hall,
Sure. Okay.
and so is not protected by the poem.
I will say we will have to probably stick to what you're talking about and do subtle, hard to see things. We start throwing guards up at a coffee shop, people are going to wonder why the hell are there guards at a coffee shop.
We're doing a lot of business and need to protect our coins.
It's a rough part of town.
There was that one guard that you guys wanted to help out, right?
Lord.
No.
No.
Oh my
I-
gosh.
I
How long
think-
does he have to be dead to? Never mind.
No! We're not making
Look,
Spencer
don't be
conflict.
guys, we're going-
Reese is gonna put the chair next to it, one of the chairs we made, and then Spencer's corner.
I call it my screaming chair.
Oh my god.
No!
Anyway,
No!
yeah, I
No.
think at least.
Wait, were you saying put his soul in the chair?
Yes!
Oh.
Oh,
The chair
no!
can,
No!
Oh, yeah,
So that's where Yarnath furnished his
Well,
fortress.
I mean, we can look into getting
Better
some.
locks at least. That's easy. Maybe some magical precautions.
Stuff costs money. We ain't got a lot of it at the moment.
Costs money, and we have literally what is possibly one of the most important discoveries.
Well, I'm not saying I don't agree. I'm just saying we literally don't have the money. We got like 3 coin kicking around in there. That's it. I mean, maybe that's enough. I've
Sorry.
never done magical security on a place,
I
but
can look into it.
I mean, we can ask Colette too and see if she can provide us with any sort of.
that's not a bad idea. It's
Defense.
protecting her interest too. But
That's her object that she obtained and then put in our lab.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that's kind of a good point. We're sort of on the hook for a lot of, world level stuff.
No, she said to just let her make a decision.
No. But we're currently in possession of something that's like world level risk.
Yeah, and as long as you don't bring your date over or anything like that, you should
Hey,
be fine.
hey,
I'll tell you,
I like to show them the lab.
I will tell you though. I'm thinking about it
Explains this
more.
one.
Even if we go asking somebody to help set up magical security, that's something else that can get out and something else
I'm
Jorah
hoping
might
it's
find
not.
out.
I'm hoping it's not a case where we have to ask someone. I'm hoping I can do it. Just gotta figure it out.
If you can figure it out.
Do it yourself. Do it yourself.
I'm all for
Otherwise, I think we got to pass on it.
It might be costly though, so we'll see. I haven't looked into it yet. Don't know.
Well, while you're thinking about how to do that, we still got to take care of that barkeep of yours. I don't like that kicking around for too long.
So we need coin and we need to reduce heat. Do we want to false flag rob someone and blame somebody else?
If you got a plan for doing that, I mean, I still think we need to get through this barkeep thing. I mean, it accomplishes so many things. I mean, it makes it clear you don't blabbermouth about us. We probably get some coin out of him in the process. We find out who his contact with Jorah is. We find out more about Jorah from that.
Somebody probably came around a couple of bars asking about a Warforged meeting a description. There's not an implicit warning against that.
But he got
I think everyone in this room would make a coin saying, "Oh yeah, I saw the guy."
He got that message back to him somehow when Mark showed up there. He knew someone to contact. That's the main thing I want.
My model's a little unique too, so I do stand out a little bit.
Unless we can be sure that it was him, he might not talk even if we, press him further. And how do we know that the information is valid?
Well,
It's tough.
We won't know unless we go talk to him.
maybe we ought to see how he reacts to you showing up again.
Yeah.
If he's really working with Jorah, that'll probably make him a little twitchy.
Yeah, but you showing up again means more goons may show up.
Yeah,
and
I think.
I think we're just.
Be there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but then that's us dealing with Jorah instead of any false
Well,
flag. That's
remarks.
us continuing the
This is
situation.
why I don't think we should go up front. I shouldn't just walk into the bar. I think we should maybe stake it out, try and catch him in an alley or something like
I
that.
like that idea.
That's what I wanted to do. That's what I was
And if he's innocent, we'll figure it out. If he had nothing to do with it, I'm sure finding us in an alley with him will make him tell us everything we need to know.
Just
If you
remember, he
don't wanna
didn't.
tell me, then you're welcome to.
He didn't exactly do any high crimes here. This is a guy who, like, said something.
He had my trust and broke it.
He blabbermouthed about us and tried to cause trouble. I can't stand.
Then the
That
person
stands.
paid
Everybody's gonna do it for coin. Becomes easy money to.
Like
I've
everybody
been good- I've
already.
been good to him. I give him generous tips.
You-
And I mean, there was one time I had a fight and it broke out and I went to jail, but
You trashed his
Yeah,
bar.
not
Wait, hold on.
Exactly.
You caused damage to his shop, and then he did this. That kind of is painting a different picture.
Bottom line is, right now, do you want it to be word on the street that you can make easy money by telling Jorah where we're at?
I'd much rather Jorah not care where we're at.
But that ain't an option right now. He cares where we're at, and he's paying money for it, and it's getting out that that's a way to make money.
I was saying
You're
if we false flag the pirates robbing him or something like that, then he'll put his attention somewhere that it matters.
And I'm all for that. We just need a plan for how to do that. But we need information for that, and that gets back to find out who this guy's contact with Jorah was.
I think that's the best course.
All right.
So what's the plan?
I think we'll stake out the bar.
We're gonna stake out the bar.
Kidnap some
We
children.
want to find out where he lives and if he lives somewhere other than like above the bar or something else. And
So we're gonna try and tail him.
I haven't decided. So, does he normally leave the bar through like the back? Is there an alley out back? I don't.
I don't think you know. I don't.
Yeah.
I think
You were
most
just a
times that
customer.
you've been there that late that you've not really been in a state to do much observation.
All right.
Tell you what, I can disguise myself, and then whenever he takes leave of wherever he is, I can send you guys a message through the stones.
And we'll
Yeah.
be
Try and
nearby
catch on him.
Yeah.
doing other things, not even necessarily in a building, so not causing any alarm on his part if he has descriptions of more than just Ark. Alright.
Well, wait a minute. They're looking for you too, even if you're disguised.
Well, I mean,
We're the ones that are mocked.
My
Well, you
understanding,
might
my
be-
understanding is the whole point of a disguise is so people don't recognize you. I mean,
Yeah.
They're looking for Jonathan Carpenter,
I'll
not.
go in with Reese. No one's gonna question me being at a bar, so in case something happens, I'll have his back.
Alright.
I won't let anything
Is-
happen to this pretty boy. Don't worry.
Is someone hanging out outside to tail or something like that?
That sounds like a job for a ninja.
Some
I might be decent backup for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Sounds like a job for one character and then also Maddie, regardless of what the situation is.
You know, it could also be possible to try and direct him a little bit, steer him towards Natalie, and confront him by it. That way we know where it'll be,
I mean-
place and time.
There's 6 of us. We can probably get him where he lives if we have to.
Sure.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't expect a barkeep to put up all that much trouble.
Alright.
Say, Sigur,
Mm.
you happen to have any rat food? Or something that would work in its stead?
I have some cold vegetables.
Oh, that's perfect.
But
Yes,
I
it
mean,
is.
he's not.
No.
How's
But
that?
No. This is good. This is good. Try it. See how it reacts.
Sort of a corn and carrot medley.
Oh,
Place it in front of him.
But that doesn't.
this is so cute.
No, now the other one.
Oh yeah, both rats.
Edward.
Edward, whatever the.
Yeah, we're.
Oh.
Edward 2 ran away. Oh no.
It's gone.
The terrifying
Edward
Edward.
2 just joined the Lord of Blades.
It eats greedily as well.
Here's Edward too.
But I mean, they weren't made to. Where are they even?
But he,
I mean,
Well, I mean,
Mark
he's
eats,
a
right?
warforged.
Yeah.
Alright, that's a warforged. These are just automate. I don't know.
It's giving me a
Edward
headache.
too.
I mean,
Edward too. Fine.
Same.
Yeah.
we
Same.
still have like
So they have them
like a processing
Yes.
network. It just didn't do much.
Yeah.
we construct 2
No.
identical mazes. Like half the
And
two,
right.
and we start the 2 of them at
Blind
the same
mazes.
time, and we see if they actually follow the same.
One has she's at the end. The other one has the Lord of the Blades at the other.
Sounds like a coloring book.
Yeah.
Can you
exactly.
find your way to the Lord of Blades?
Well, what? I guess we wait for nightfall and then get moving.
So actually, no. I wanted to say I think the idea of like figuring out where he's going and maybe like if Lynn and Ark like set up some sort of a roadblock or something like that, or some sort of a distraction to sort of help guide where his direction is would be a good idea.
Okay.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys.
We'll jump on rooftops.
Yeah.
So 2 bar, 2 roadblock, 2 tail.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I might leave Cove to protect the statue.
Can you
you
communicate
specifically
differently?
told him that he's not
Yeah.
allowed.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to go in. Well, I'll just bring it back.
Bring it
I think
back.
it's too dangerous.
He
for
can
me
just
to
sort of
try
like
to protect
spider web himself
Yeah.
across the threshold,
it. Yeah.
which just makes Sigur very angry.
Yeah.
Well,
Alright.
I'm very angry.
Edward is put in.
Although actually, before we do leave, I'll be like, Siga, in case you need to defend yourself, do you need anything? Like, I've got a few extra weapons, gadgets, things, and dagger. Just in case, because now that we know what this thing is, there could be people
I
out
mean,
there.
he's a necromancer. I'm sure he's fine.
You don't assume things.
It just summoned an army of rats. Automaton rats.
I'm just trying to help.
Ark, your consideration is very thoughtful. I will manage.
Okay.
Hey, Sigur, don't let Kala make any calls on that statue without Ark there. Yeah. Thanks.
Good luck.
Thanks.
All right. You make your way to the Iron Warg. Sure enough, Ogren is there. He is conducting
Sorry.
conducting his business. It's a pretty boisterous night. There's a lot of tradesmen, a lot of artificers here in the area.
Dicks will pop a few pills before they go inside.
Sure. Obviously.
Traveling.
Yes.
Reese
Reese.
will.
Yes,
be
you're the handsome one in the
generic-
back.
Reese will be disguised as generic NPC number 737.
Okay, great. I love it. What's
Yeah, you could
Let me look up that
have been a little
table.
More handsome.
Reese is a grandma.
Well, yeah, but
Drinking in a bar.
Are you drinking at the bar?
Yes.
Okay.
Like right where he's doing all his stuff.
Sure, Ogren comes over. What'll I get you? Just sort of looks at Ix.
yeah, he's getting the tab. I'll take something heavy.
Yeah.
Passes you a double. You new to the neighborhood?
What? Yeah, this is gonna surprise you, but I drink a lot of places around this town, so I just haven't been here yet.
While you're on caretaker duty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to take care of my dad. I feel
It's
you.
stressful.
It really is. It's just as damaging to the caretaker as it is to everyone else.
Yeah, it's been rough.
Oh boy. Well, yours is on mine tonight. Best of luck to you.
Thanks, keep them coming. Yeah, that's great, Dad. I hate this. Why was this recover?
He brings you a little washcloth for his drool.
Why is... Oh, there you go.
After a couple of hours, it becomes
This is the best.
it becomes clear that Ogren is like wrapping up his shift and is sort of like transitioning to letting the other folks sort of close out for the rest of the night. It's maybe like 9:30 or so or something like that.
So Reach would specifically wait for him to like either go out like a back door or a front door, something that leads him outside as opposed to just into a storeroom. If I can tell easily that.
Yeah, it's the sort of bar where there's not really a ton of stuff in the back. It's basically entrances to the exit ways and a closet, and he is pretty clearly headed outside once he leaves.
Okay, then he'll radio really quickly on the. Oh, use this.
Oh no, it's a phone.
It is the phone,
Is it
yes.
phone?
Yeah, you have to use the walkie-talkies.
Yep.
Over 6'9" Roger 70. He's
None
leaving.
of you understand what this
leaving
means.
The barkeep. He, barkeep is leaving the bar over 7.
Oh Lord. Okay.
On the, I assume we've got a paladin and a ninja on rooftops
Yeah.
above. Why don't you both give me a perception check?
Oh boy. I love perceiving. No, I don't. Darn it.
God
Darn
damn
it. Edward number
Stress
2.
it.
Oh, man.
Stress this.
Stress it.
Let's see how mad he does.
Not any better at all.
Both of you stress it.
I guess
This is
I'll
a nightmare.
stress it.
You don't have to.
The character
You don't have
already
to-
has
no,
a
no, no,
trauma.
no.
Thanks you for taking this one for team lookout.
This isn't going to be like game over if you do.
Yeah, no, seriously,
There's
that
still
was
people
joking.
in the bar.
I was entirely
You might
joking.
you might get another chance.
Okay, okay.
So yeah, I think what's happening is that there's a fair number of people leaving the bar, and the two of you haven't seen Ogren before, and there's more than one dwarf. So
Whoops.
you try and get a beat on who it is, but you're not actually quite too sure.
How much stress for a flashback to get a detailed description of him from Mark?
I think that's a 0.
Yeah, I think we should have done that
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Cool. Does that give advantage on the check or something?
No, I'm more leaning towards this is a way to reincorporate the people that are in the
Fair.
bar,
Okay.
so we don't just leave them behind.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Ixer's just gonna keep drinking. But
Well, you can do that on the road, though.
Yeah.
Well, I can't
Put
tell
it in
which
a
one he
plastic
is.
cup
I
and
mean,
take it outside.
I don't see him.
Are
This
you
is the message back.
okay?
Apply.
You guys,
Okay.
you guys did need to also tail him so we can all accost
Yeah.
this poor
Yes,
bartender.
that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, so you guys did need to leave anyways and follow. So they'll.
Ix'll say, all right, we'll follow him out. Just track us instead.
Oh, yeah, that makes a lot more sense, actually.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ix'll grab her drink and then his drink. And they go.
and then somebody else's drink.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Show him out of the bar. Finishing her drink. Oh.
Okay, very good, very good.
Okay,
Audrey?
Augie.
You managed to spot him without too much difficulty.
Alright, I'm gonna try to hang back, because I don't want to just barrel up on him.
Yeah.
So what I think we need is I think you two need to give me perception checks to spot them as you're following. Because you're following someone that you're familiar with, I'll give you both advantage
Also,
on it.
Ix is very easy to pick out. Let's be real.
Fair enough.
That's
Yeah,
probably
good.
fine.
This is a 19, so I'm assuming that
Yeah,
works.
that's
Okay.
the problem.
Yeah, I have a 21.
So, that is fine, but you two will need to give me a stealth check in order to follow at a requisite
Hey,
distance.
how's your
Not too
stealth,
far,
bud?
not too.
It's not terrible.
What does that mean?
+2.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
How difficult is this process? Like,
We're level 2 characters.
crowd blending on the street?
Could you
Level 3.
Could you try using like
big enough crowd.
I was about to say, oh, I've got
Sure.
I've got a gift for you.
Huh?
You may be able to like try and use like perform to blend in, or like act like you're not paying attention.
Oh, yeah. Actually, my performance is not much better, but it is better.
If that's
We
what
can
you
do
want.
that. I mean,
Yeah, what I'm trying to get at here is this risky enough that Ix would need to lead this charge? You know, like whatever that mechanic is.
Oh, right.
That costs
Under the
stress.
circumstances, it's
You
probably
do not
much
need
better
to.
for Reese to do it because Reese can always force
That's
success.
right, he can stress
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's better than putting it on
Ability
you.
and zero stress.
Because Ix is...
Yeah.
It's gonna
Please
die.
stop stressing.
She's, it's
Ah!
not good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ix is literally just screaming the entire time.
Are we
from
doing the
stress.
dual
Yep.
one then?
Well, drinking.
No, you do yours and
Okay.
we'll do everything.
All right.
Hey,
Oh,
that's-
hey.
that's probably fine.
19.
Watch me.
Absolutely.
Watch me bust
You
up.
are
20.
Oh!
Called it!
Natural
very
20.
good. Are you just continuing
If
the
only it
same
mattered.
spiel from the bar?
Ix is just
Yeah,
gone.
the main thing is that Ix is just trying to make sure that they don't wind up in line of sight with the, like they don't want she doesn't want him to look bad because since they interacted.
Sure.
If Reese
But-
can find like a dark corner to slip into really
course.
quickly, he'll swap into a more
Contemporary
I just went along
disguise.
with your
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
Somebody who'd walk normal speed and just
Okay.
because otherwise
Just
But
a
like
beard,
who?
It's a beard change and
a balding middle-aged.
Give me a profession.
Uh,
Hey, let's
yeah.
what's a profession that Levos could be?
Taylor.
I heard Taylor.
ironworker.
I already heard Taylor.
Yeah. Taylor.
all right,
All right.
Taylor. I'm carrying around some
A
linens.
very
Yep.
thin and not
You've got
very
you've got like a
strong.
mobile loom in front of you.
Like a backpack thing. I'm just like,
Stroll back out of the alley as like a middle-aged balding dude. And Ix is like,
what?
Oh for 2.
Yeah, wasn't that fun?
His
I
kink
don't
is
know.
being normal. He's so handsome.
let's go.
Let's go.
Oh,
Okay, so
poor Ix.
all right, so you see where they're going. What I want now is the two of you need to sort of like triangulate where it is that is best for them to set up their roadblock. So what I want is maybe an acrobatics check in order to sort of head out ahead in order to sort of pinpoint where that should be.
Is City Secrets of any help with this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Is that advantage or a bonus or just a...
I think an advantage is fine.
Cool. Okay.
Ninja spin. Oh.
That is critically failure.
God damn it.
Ninja, what the hell?
We need to get a new
Brandon.
ninja.
That is almost a critical failure on both.
Why?
I'd like
I will
tear it up
stress
in there and make it
that
out.
one. That one seems important enough. Maddie will stress it to make sure this
Okay.
works out right.
She falls off the
I
roof.
would if the dice would let me.
Yeah, no kidding.
You guys like start heading off towards the area that starts to like glow red and gives you the message of like you are leaving the mission area. Turn back immediately.
Wait, now what am I thinking? We ought to go over there, and that's the better place.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm like,
Little
I'll
place
jump to the
right
next
there.
rooftop. This isn't a rooftop!
I saw him make that jump before in Dark Souls.
Yes.
It's like Assassin's
Did
Creed. You
just
think you're
chickens
climbing
shoot
the
into
wall,
the
but
air
you
for
jump
some
off
reason?
instead and you land on the guy.
Oh no.
Okay, you think you spotted a point. Are you using your radio technology to move your friends into place?
Baseball.
Yeah, Maddie hasn't sent a message out, so she will send a message indicating where to go.
Okay. Ark and Lynn, what sort of a roadblock, distraction, inconvenience, impediment are you
I've
setting?
built a corpse, and I'm dressed as the police. And I'm sorry, sir, you can't go this way.
Exactly. And
Yes.
Ark is not going to be visible. Ark
He's
will
the
be waiting-
corpse.
Ark should probably be waiting.
I've got a blanket over.
Ark should probably be waiting down the alley you're going to sing.
Oh,
I can't be anywhere near
okay.
this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
So Lynn,
Yeah, I'd like to be the distraction, but...
Lynn had carried a backpack with some straw in it, and when she knew the area to set up,
Yep.
she has a blanket and she puts it down over the straw that's shaped a little bit body-like, and she spreads some police tape because police tape exists in this universe. And she has her cop uniform on because, of course, she's stolen at least 3 or 4 cop uniforms.
Okay.
Police rope?
I'm sorry, sir. You can't come this way. You'll need to find another way around.
Give me deception, persuasion, something.
A police check.
I can do persuasion.
I think maybe deception is better.
Okay.
Deception or performance, I'd allow.
Yeah.
Those are equal, so.
Okay.
Charisma.
Cop show.
23.
Nice.
23 is pretty good. So Ogdrin immediately begins moving
Ooh, don't
down.
want any part of the corpse.
Yeah. But there's a little bit of commotion further down the road. And another cop tromps up to meet you.
Uh-oh.
And Officer Julie is like, what's going on here?
Dear Lord,
What happened?
seriously?
Do you say that loud?
No. By the
Yes,
flame!
seriously, what's going on?
I do not know, ma'am. Somebody called to report there was a body here. Came and grabbed me from when I was crossing the street. They ran off looking for more help because I didn't want to be here alone. I'm sorry, this is my first week. So they'd already covered the body with a blanket, and I'm waiting for backup. Thank goodness you're here.
Yes, indeed. It's good tape. Where did you get that tape? I'm still using the same roll I got last year. Unbelievable.
I knew they gave me new tape, I guess.
Of course. No, that would be wrong.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Flagrant shattering of the laws.
There's your backup. As you look behind you,
There's more police.
Oh, no.
yeah, there is more police.
I love more
But
police.
it's just that one guy that's like,
The dead guy?
yes.
Is he moving?
No.
Is he being dragged?
No, he's just lying on the ground behind you.
We just turn there and he's suddenly there. We just turn away for a second.
Oh my God, Birdie's here.
All right, I didn't realize you were in such capable hands. Don't worry. I will set up a perimeter down this way. Keep me appraised.
Thank you, ma'am.
Reese grabs the nearest automaton and runs over to the dead guy.
Sir, this is no place for a tailor.
Oh, sorry.
You're not handsome enough to be in this scene. Please move along.
Oh, goodness.
That's preposterous. Who ever heard of an automaton cop?
So
Lynn's going to...
Ogden heads down the alley.
I'm gonna assume it's an alley that has like a few bends and twists, so obviously he didn't see me just standing there.
Yeah, but it's a shortcut to his street, so
Right.
he's trying to get to the end of it.
Right. So
I assume you're in, like the middle or so.
Yeah, Ark will probably be about in the middle. Maybe just kind of waiting for him to approach.
I assume Reese and X will be tailing him into the back.
Yes.
Yep.
I've gotten back to a real rooftop.
Yes. We're on the roofs above.
Yeah. I assume you're wearing like 2 more articles of clothing that
Yeah.
might have fallen through.
X is pretty drunk by the time they get to the alley. So
Sweet.
You get her and she's like, oh.
Sober up, friends. It's a long walk home.
Don't do the voice. It's just us.
Yeah, of course it's just us. Is there somebody else you expecting?
No, shut up. Let's go.
There's a lot of
All right.
commotion.
You just hear a bunch of talking behind.
No, Ogden approaches your position, Ark.
Alright. Ark's just gonna kind of wait for him to get in earshot and then kind of step out of the shadows and be like, so, Ojan, got some time to talk a little bit?
What are you doing here?
You sold me out.
Did you kill that person in the street?
No, I didn't.
Might want to make a check of some kind.
Persuasion?
Yeah,
Persuasion for the truth?
Yeah.
That's why it wouldn't be deception.
How's a 9?
He doesn't put his hands down and he backs up a step. What do you want?
Look. I want to know what you know about Joro and why Joro wanted me. I want to know how you knew to go to Joro and sell me out.
His men came around asking about a warforged with a faceplate.
There's other Warforged with faceplates.
Not like yours.
Yeah, it's
Look at that thing. It's enormous.
Yeah, well, you just decided to on a whim. Just go
No,
into the...
I didn't. You have caused scene after scene at my
It
establishment.
was the one time that was really
That was
bad.
the worst time.
The other times weren't that bad.
They were very bad.
I'm a good tipper.
I don't care about your money or you.
I've given you good business over the years.
No, one person arriving at my establishment time and time again.
Alright, fine. Maybe I wasn't the best patron, whatever. How did you know who to go to tell Jorah?
They came and found me.
Who came?
The big guys that came and sat next to you. Hagar and Lugar.
Do you know what Hagar and Lugar, like, how did you get in contact with them? How did
They
you know?
came to each of the businesses
No,
and
I
said...
get that. You knew where to go afterwards to tell them. How'd you tell them?
I sent a message to Jorah's hideout.
Jorah's hideout?
Yeah, he owns that, he used to own the Crystalline Cauldron. That burned down. And he built a new place.
Oh, right.
Isn't this like the third one?
Where is it?
The third.
No, that one survived.
We don't know where the new place is, right?
No,
we've
you
been
do.
there.
You've been there.
Oh, I thought we burned that one down.
No, there was a fire there,
Okay.
but it was not burned to the
down.
ground.
Okay. Well, it's something we can rectify.
Oh dear lord.
Maddie will try to stealth down behind him.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I can actually use the D4 bonus on this since it's premeditated. Where is the D4?
Hello. We're gonna stealth down.
Apollo.
I can't roll for shit today.
Wow.
Very noisily rolling a
Ah!
natural one.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Did you just fall? And
Yeah.
Basically, you,
That's
fall,
not-
you fall into a garbage bin. You take no damage. But Ogden spins around and is like, ah! Who's there?
The garbage monster!
Clogging
Oh!
out the garbage.
It's Ix.
Yeah. No, flash
Who's
to the
that
alley.
Pokemon? Who's
I'm
that
out in the
Pokemon?
alley and it's throwing up. I'll be good in just a second. Like,
Oh.
blood coming out
Just
of
around
her-
the corner?
Yeah, going down the corner of her mouth. Give me one.
Don't get it
So
on my
you
linen.
can't see her yet, even though she failed the stealth check. Is that what I'm understanding?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay.
He knows that you're there, but he doesn't know where you are.
Alright, well I will try another stealth check to remain hidden.
Well, in the meantime, Ark is also going to distract. Ark's going to be like, don't look away. What did they give you? What were they going to offer you that was so worth turning me in?
2 coin.
Not worth that much?
That's pretty good.
No, seriously. That was Lynn's entire thesis on
And they've
this.
been going to everyone? All the businesses?
Of course.
And they say anyone else to look out for, or just me?
There was some knucklehead what says he's a craftsman.
So, yeah.
No, I'm a tailor.
Taylor's are craftsmen!
You just appear behind him and say that.
Well, I just tail. That's all.
27.
Oh! Hey! Take a point of inspiration.
Thank you.
Wait.
The Tailing Tailor. And that was it? Just me and this other fellow?
As far as I know, yeah.
Insight check from the garbage.
I'll roll one.
That's where your rolls belong.
Did I guess?
That's where my rolls belong.
So bad.
Well, natural one again,
Oh
so
my
never mind.
Really?
How's a 7?
Lynn, not good.
This is a nightmare.
Yeah.
Lynn, Farran, and Reese, where are the 3 of you?
I'm
Intending
still on
to-
the rooftop.
Okay.
Like trying to
I'm going.
keep an eye out, see if anybody's happening upon the scene, and if
Okay.
it's getting too noisy. And specifically.
Okay. It is
Like-
I'm tending to Ix and just keeping an eye out on what's going on with them, like down the alley or whatever.
Can I actually ready in action, or if it looks like the guy's going to like yell?
yes, you can.
Although someone already fell into the trash, so maybe that's not.
Well,
really
they weren't.
relevant.
They didn't seem to notice who it was.
Haha!
Trash rolls over all the time, Char.
Lynn, what are you doing?
Lynn is going to give a brief report to the corpse. The actual corpse, not the pretend corpse.
Just sort of suss out what the situation is for them.
Like, yeah, because at this point, she's not going to take any chances that, like, he's not somehow going to, like, this is going to get back to someone. So she's gonna like explain a quick thing.
It's gonna be on the front page of the paper with a commendation.
It'll be a picture of the corpse guy.
Oh my god! And
How
then
is he so well preserved?
I'm going to look. No. Lynn never will.
What if we show him to the statue and?
No, he's not allowed anywhere near anything ever.
That
He's
gives you the bad
terrified.
ending.
He's Lynn's nightmare following her. This is like the worst. And then she's gonna give a quick report.
This is your personal nightmare.
Yes.
No, he's great. He loves
Like
coffee.
he's always around Lynn, and he's always a crook. And then she's gonna make her escape. Come up with an excuse, make her escape down towards the alley.
Okay. The 3 of you give me a perception check. Reese, Farran, and Lynn.
That's going to be
11.
26.
11.
You got over there, Farran.
What'd you do? What'd you
Natural
do?
two.
I'm trying to figure out if I want to stress it or not.
Shit, that's for the sake of succeeding.
But you already did shoot.
Yeah, I got a
so
26.
We're good.
So I will have a 5.
I'm so sorry. I thought those dice would be better.
Love the idea that Farran has a shinobi outfit and goes through all the cool motions, but actually has never had any shinobi training.
Lynn's the actual ninja, and just nobody suspects. That's the perfect thing. Oh, I should have done that.
Well, we'll be laughing when we're higher level.
Yeah.
Okay. You note that aside from the street, which Julie went down, there seems to be a little bit of traffic picking up. People are, given this corpse a wide berth, but no one seems to be obeying the tape quite as much as they ought to.
They're like stepping over it and stuff now.
Just sort of continuing on their way home.
They're stepping around both the corpses there.
So the tape was blocking an alley. We didn't want him to go down, so he would turn. But if they're
Yes.
going that way, that means they're not going towards our.
Oh, I thought you were blocking the main road. I'm sorry.
No. So this was to basically force him to turn down a dark alley we wanted him to turn down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Although if you want the situation to start getting bad, it would be they're starting to turn down that alley too.
No, they're not headed that way.
Okay.
You're just seeing increased traffic down that way.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Not into the alley where you're at. Not yet, anyway.
Okay. Traffic's picking up. May want to, pay attention to time.
Look, I didn't know what they were going to do with you, but I mean, you got out of there. You've always been able to handle yourself, regardless of what kind of shenanigans you get up to.
Yeah,
But, there's only a certain amount of damage a guy's willing to suffer to his establishment. You know what I mean?
The damage was one time. I mean. And then
No, there's like physical damage, but then there's like a reputation, I don't want to be the guy that has the one lonely warforged hanging out trying to make friends and failing every week. You know what I mean?
And he's kind of wincing in the
Yeah.
garbage.
Lynn is just like, oh.
Yeah, I know perfectly well what you mean.
It's embarrassing for that age. She's
Look, how about we just go our separate ways, huh?
Fine, but just do me a favor and just don't tell Joro about this, any of that.
About what? You accosting me in an alleyway? What good is that gonna do me?
Look, I'll give you a coin for your time. And
For
your word.
what?
For your word.
That I'm not gonna tell him that we spoke again?
Psychic powers exist in
That's his core.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and there's an apology. I'm sorry I ruined your establishment's image or whatever. Was driving off customers here.
No, don't worry about it. Just get out of here. Don't come around. Jeez.
Fine.
Farran,
Yes.
something. So you've been sort of keeping an eye on Ogden in particular.
I mean,
Really kind of like
poorly, admittedly.
watching below, trying to make sure that nothing goes awry.
Yeah.
Something's gone awry.
Something has gone awry. You are hit from behind with a tremendous force,
Oh no.
as though some enormous creature has just shoulder butted you from behind, with the clear intention of knocking you off of the ledge.
Yeah.
Why don't you give me a acrobatics?
Yay, he might succeed
I
that.
might, but
Come on.
this die though.
It rolls good. It does.
It
We've
did.
Seen
It does.
It
Try this
did.
We've seen it roll good.
Try that one.
I keep.
But don't spin it.
I
Just
was gonna say.
shake in your hand and roll.
Roll. Oh, never mind.
What did
Yeah.
you do to my die?
You're cursed.
Give it back.
You're cursed.
What was the number?
6?
Okay. Well,
Terrible, but
that's the best thing you've rolled.
That's bad.
I mean, that's like an 11, but I feel like I may want to stress my way to not falling off of a roof.
Can you know if you've succeeded or failed before you stress?
Yeah.
Like, is
Yes.
an 11?
That's gonna fail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
How
gonna
far
fail.
a drop is this?
30 feet.
Okay. I mean, that's painful.
I'll throw some gauze in your mouth. You'll be fine.
Wait, 20. Yeah, you might want to stress that after all.
Yeah.
It's 3d6 falling damage.
Yeah, that could take me to 2 hit points. So I'm going to. Can I actually? I don't know if I'm gonna. That's the part where I'm like. I'm trying to figure out where I want to be, though, I guess.
So-
because a part of me feels like what I actually would want to do is like take it and like go off the roof and catch on to something and
Yeah, I think that's
Oh,
perfectly
is
reasonable.
this a saving throw?
Yes.
Can I see this happen?
Yes.
Lynn shouts a word of encouragement.
What is it?
Actually, I'm trying to.
That's 2 words.
It needs to be a holy thing, and I didn't. I wasn't expecting combat, so I didn't prepare one.
Just a word is fine.
Dope.
Look out!
That's 2.
Look out.
Okay. Ah!
That's
more of a syllable.
That's 0 words.
Somewhere in the afternoon.
I need you to meet me halfway here. No.
Succeed!
Love it. Very good. What does he get for that?
Reroll a failed save.
Oh. Well, let's see if I have to stress it after all.
Of course, if it turns into a 1, I'm going to be
Don't
very
erase this
grumpy.
stress.
Here we go.
Yeah, I will also be grumpy. Okay.
Yay!
That's a 20.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I helped.
Thank you so much.
Okay. That
Succeed.
I think allows you to be wherever it is that you want to be as a
Yeah.
consequence of this.
All right.
Like, do you want to maintain your position? Do you want to like scramble down?
In that case, I'd probably like try and like shoulder it just to see what it is I'm being shoved, or not shoulder, but like brace just to see what it is. I'm
Yes,
being pushed by.
absolutely. So you sort of spin around and maneuver most of the energy of the impact away, and come face to face with the gleaming eye of a massive, limber dog. It has it's not a puppy.
Yeah.
It's like 7 feet tall. And
That's a huge
a
puppy.
massive neck and many teeth.
Oh no, Sif.
Everyone give me an initiative roll, please.
What the?
This is a large dog.
Doggo. Okay.
I feel worse than you do.
Well, it's appropriate.
X.
You know, close to 10 is good, right?
People, oh my god!
We're slow.
Oh.
We were not expecting a
That's why I
massive
was
dog.
trying to spin the thing to
Maddie.
try and randomly
18.
generate a
Oh,
number.
what's your dex score?
Oh, I gotta roll for
16.
Okay. Farran.
A 12.
Art.
Well,
Uh-huh.
2.
Okay.
Oh shit! I don't go last.
Reese.
17.
Lynn.
12.
Yep.
I'm going to guess that Farran has a higher dex than you.
What's your dex?
16.
You beat me.
Hicks.
4. She's puking, so it's gonna take
That's
her a
fair.
second.
That's
Love
fair.
it.
No.
That's a fast dog.
It's very fast and big.
Speed dog.
Yes. It's going to chomp you, I
Oh
think.
no. I don't like being chomped.
Does a critical hit you?
I have bad news. Yes.
Okay.
I don't think I can stress a critical hit into not.
You take 7 chomp damage.
Okay.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
That's
For a crit, that's
I
not
haven't had any
bad.
crits.
But then it also gets 2 swipes.
Oh.
Oh, it's one of those
And then the other
babies.
3 dogs show up.
Yeah.
Does a 12 hit you?
No.
Does a critical miss hit you? I think it slips on some of your blood, which is
Like,
everywhere.
Well, either that or he like bites down, and I'm just like trying to hold like alligator wrestle him the rest of the way or something.
Yes, I like this a lot.
Like,
It's sort of entangled with you at
Yeah,
this
like.
point. Maddie,
So,
everyone can hear some commotion
Oh.
going on from up there.
alright.
Has Odran booked it by now?
No,
Okay.
no, actually, I'll put him in the initial
to
order.
know when he books it.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Well, he's going to go after Maddie,
Okay.
Oh my.
and he's represented by a fish,
Better than we are.
Oh, is he the fish guy?
like from Breath of.
Oh yeah.
Breath of the Wild, yeah.
So we can.
The super
Breath
hot
of-
fish man who always goes,
curiously
With this
attractive for a
shine
fish.
smile?
Yeah, no, I love him.
So we can see what's going on a little bit up on the roof.
You can see that there's a scuffle going on. It's difficult for you to get a real like appreciation of the size of this mutt.
All right. Well, and what's going to be the most confusing thing that has probably ever happened to Ogden? The garbage explodes out as an armored woman basically begins almost running vertically up the side of the building towards the commotion.
I've seen that Xena episode.
Yeah. It is 30 feet. Yes.
Yes.
Ark has summoned Valkyrie.
Talk about like a dumpster fire going on here tonight.
She will vault over. She will vault over the.
Oh, there is absolutely silver fire coming off of this dumpster.
No, seriously, this
Anyway,
is the
she hasn't
dumpster.
used magic yet. She's going to.
It's just part of your
VFX.
Well, that's
your
a terrible
gimmick.
VFX for a stealthy criminal. To
It is.
Yeah, it explains a
That's
lot.
why it's a trauma.
I suppose. All right. Well, trailing a little bit of silver flame. Apparently, Maddie will vault over the. I guess there's like a ledge or something on
Yeah.
the roof. Vaults over that, and is without basically taking in what is the threat, she will thrust her rapier at it.
You hit
Farran dies.
No, Farran is not.
I'll now
Right
be
in the
playing as the
spleen.
dog.
Orc.
This is non-lethal damage for the moment. Does a 16 hit?
It does not.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Just jump off the roof with dog.
She looks a little
will fall.
surprised at its agility, but stays next to Farran's
I
sword
think
out.
actually, like you stab and it almost like the blade bends a little bit. This thing is thickly hided. This thing, it is a massive beast. It is. You can't tell if it's a dire or if it's like a warg or something like that. It definitely looks more. It has a weird sort of mangy kind of look to it. It's not a wolf. It's definitely a dog of some kind.
I almost took a thing, but
Perhaps a
then I
hound.
stressed for my friend.
Anything else from you?
And I didn't.
Not this turn.
Okay.
Next
Ogdrin
level.
is going to run
Don't
away.
Oh, what?
Wise.
But he's gonna run. He's gonna run back the way he came, so he's actually coming towards Reese and Ix.
Don't slip into vomit.
Whoop, he does.
No, he masterfully like long jumps over
Yeah,
it.
he's a bartender. It's
Are,
Oh yeah, he's
are either of you like stopping him or?
no.
Okay,
It's
Lynn,
like-
you're down that way too, right?
yeah. Lynn's not in the stopping.
Okay, I think
people
he's
thing.
pretty clear on like not getting involved
Yeah.
with anything at this point. So he heads out to the street. Reese.
Is there a like fire escape stair like nearby or?
There's a ladder.
I will climb the ladder.
Okay.
And drop the linens. A little bundle of illusionary linens.
It just falls into a folded stack.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool that way.
Yeah.
And
Into
I
the
guess I'll
garbage.
Climb. Does it go all the way to the roof?
It does, yes. But you're gonna have to use your full turn
Okay.
to climb up, I think.
I will do that.
Farran.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, I get a turn.
Well, I'm
I'm not
Throw the
dead.
dog off the roof.
Oh, that would be.
Suplex.
That would be pretty cool. That would be.
Just suplex it off the roof.
How large is dog?
It's at least large Dungeon and Dragon size.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
Yes. Grapple that dog.
Full.
Don't bite it.
I feel like I'm being told that I need to grapple this dog.
No. We're giving you bad advice as a joke.
Common.
Correct.
Never listen to anything I say.
Yeah.
If
I literally don't
get-
do damage.
If I get the feat, I would consider it, but that's that's next on the list after
Sure.
I finish the current feat. So you described it, and it's like basically like I've got the empty space behind me, and it's in front of me. So the first thing I think I want to do is reposition myself so that I'm not so I don't have my back to the wall.
Okay.
For that, I can use a key point to disengage as a bonus action.
Excellent.
So I'll do that, and essentially like focus myself and just like slip around and like just kind of spin around behind him.
Okay, so you're like more in the middle of the roof now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And from there, I will go ahead and attack the dog.
Okay.
First with the short sword.
Yeah.
That's critical.
What?
Nice.
You broke the curse.
That's my
Saving
first,
it till when you needed it.
That's my first one of those of the in combat anyway.
Yes.
So I roll and then it's just double. Is that how we do it?
Yes.
Nice.
All right. Yep. Shake, shake.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, roll another of those.
You roll double
your dice.
Yeah, double
Okay,
dice,
sorry.
not yeah.
No, yeah, not double value on that. All right.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
Well, okay.
Still better than it was
But,
possible
yeah,
without
yeah. So that's a total of 10 points of like piercing damage.
Pretty good. Yes, you visceral this terrible, terrible creature, and it lets out a howl of pain.
And like I have a bite as well. What? I mean, yeah.
Dog's morale goes down.
Well, we both literally did 10 points of stabbing damage, didn't we? Huh. Or 7 points, and then I added
Yeah.
anyway. Then I think I can still punch him. I can't do fancy punching, but I can do regular punching.
Just to say, this dog is a girl.
Oh, okay.
And you can see now from...
All right.
Having done a thorough
discovered that.
examination.
So
Apologies, milady. I will now be punching you.
Had cell phones there.
Okay, that I believe is 16, which we decided does not hit.
It does not.
All right. So yeah, I basically like stab and then like kick the thick hide and be like, okay, yep, that is a thick
Excellent.
hided dog.
yeah, she's thick.
Extra thick.
What?
The Jubilex! Lynn, it's your turn.
Oh.
Please save us.
I can't.
Great flaming
He's on a like
eyebrows.
everyone's on a roof and Lynn's like down there.
I feel like we've been in this situation before.
Yeah, yeah. I throw some gauze up. In it.
Succeed!
Well, no, you can
that
toss
really
a thing of gauze
There's a
up there,
ladder.
then climb up.
Oh, hey, yeah.
Yeah, get up there with the dog.
Yeah, that's exactly what Lynn is.
Polo!
It's not
You
Polo.
did
It's-
say
it
good
is.
neck.
Lynn's
Hold
gonna
the
start working her way
Hold it,
up the ladder to get to the roof. As she does, she's gonna pull out a cloak for the Silver Flame, so she's no longer dressed as a cop. And
Oh, okay.
this is a fast disguise because it's a very big robe, and she
Yep.
can just throw that on over the previous one.
Sounds good to me.
Redisguised, not as a cop.
Ix.
Okay, so it's fucking running down the alley now.
Okay.
To get onto this scene.
Wiping your mouth off.
Yeah. With Farran hitting this thing kind of towards the edge of the roof, can I see it from ground level at all?
Not anymore, no.
Okay. How high is the roof? How high?
30
is
feet.
it? 30 feet. I'm trying to get a sense for. If I was on top of Ark, would I be able to see the dog?
You would not.
Then
Climb up on Ark anyways.
I will try.
If you're on top of 3 arcs, you would.
I'm only 6'4".
Still, I was hoping that Farran had, since he changed sides and hit it, it had fallen towards the.
Unfortunately, I didn't like.
I don't think you moved it much.
Yeah, I know.
I will try to acrobatics my way up a part of the roof. Like so, since Lynn's on the ladder, I'm just gonna cut.
Okay, give me an acrobatics
the
check.
opposite side of the roof. Also, so I'm not in melee with the dog when I get up there.
Okay.
Oh. 20. 23.
That's good. You still have an action at the top of the roof.
Okay, I'll
Just like on the floor.
hop over the edge of the roof and raise my crossbow on the dog. But this is gonna be one where she's like, oh, "Fuck, god damn it!" and then she'll shoot at it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take a regular shot because I do not have the stress to use my sharpshooter.
Let's write you down.
Not on something with high AC, especially.
No. That's gonna miss.
I think maybe the bolt just flies and just sinks unaffected into its mangy hair. The turn is Ark's.
Alright. Yeah.
Everyone's left you.
Everyone has left me. But you know what? I've got rocket boots.
It's
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast jump, and I'm gonna get myself up there. But it is an action, so I can't really get much else.
That is correct. You
Land on the dog.
Actually, Cub still can do things, so.
I think Cove was left behind to guard the room.
I thought
we talked ourselves out of that.
I thought he was patrolling the outside of the room.
No, maybe he was. I don't remember, honestly. I remember he
That's
wasn't.
what I wanted to do.
Okay.
Okay,
So
then you
we'll
don't.
see how I
enough.
do.
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
intern.
So no
Jinx
one,
wasn't there.
no one's at the ground
Do
level
actual
now.
fire.
I think so.
Okay. Then
3
it's-
more angry dogs appear at ground level. Lynn just hangs out on the ladder where
Push the
dogs can't
ladder.
get me.
Okay. Then the dog, I think, is gonna whirl around and try and bite at Farran.
As that starts to happen, Lynn's going to call out, may the flame blind you. So, let me double check. That is disadvantage on the next attack roll on a friendly target. Target of the attack is healed by a d6
Nice.
before the attack resolves.
Oh. So.
So you heal a d6.
Thank you very much.
And then this out on the attack.
Its jaws snap a full foot in front of you. But it will then try and swipe with both of its front paws. Does 22 hit you?
Oh, yeah.
I try.
You did good.
Yeah.
You take 5 points of damage and are knocked prone.
Oh.
And as the dog diverts its attention away, Maddie thrusts again with her rapier.
Okay.
The power of being a sentinel. That is a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
Haha!
Still non-lethal, but she will put some holy light into it.
Okay.
Taking this dog alive. Nice. You've killed literally every person, but...
She's trying to get under more control now that she understands it's going to go out of control sometimes. Sorry, I'm looking for the...
dog fighting our ninja. Just kill it.
It's a dog fight.
Like, this is the only time Lynn's not objecting
Do we
to
need
damage.
piercing and radiant split for this?
No, that's alright.
Okay, cool. Then I'll just roll the damages. Damages are... Ooh, 18, 19, 22.
22.
Damage.
Give me a perception check.
Oh no.
Okay.
That's always great when you're dealing damage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fine
isn't it?
dog.
It's not.
Perception check was terrible.
Okay. This
Oh, I
dog.
need to make a wild magic check.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to force one.
Oh, alright.
Oh!
You have that right.
Uh-oh.
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
The dog turns into flowers.
A golden halo, no, a silver halo appears and begins levitating over your head, shedding dim light in a 10-foot radius.
Are
In the
angels
heat
a
of-
thing?
Oh, come on!
Do people know about angels?
In the heat of combat,
Yeah.
I'm not even sure Maddie notices this has happened yet. 'cause,
Oh, I mean,
it's
there's
above
a
her.
burst of light.
Oh, there's a it comes with a burst of light.
Yeah.
Kind of startled a little bit, but keeps her guard up.
I think, of course, it looks like a coatl, like Ouroboros.
Lynn is very angry.
That is my reaction. So.
Boy, oh boy, these rolls. Reese, it's your turn.
Wait, that was my reaction on the dog's turn.
Excuse me, it is your turn.
And
Haha. More stabbing.
You're not trying to shut down Herbie, are you?
No, I legitimately forgot how
Yeah.
turns work.
it's okay. Reactions are weird.
They are.
Especially reactions that are just like your normal turn because she immediately stabs again.
Yes.
Still doing non-lethal. That's not going to hit at all.
Okay.
Done.
Reese.
Reese wants to do the old perfect positioning thunder wave.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think like a series of math formulas start appearing in front of Reese's face.
But the math's all wrong.
Well, I guess we'll see.
It's really simple. math.
Dog's
It's
staring
all
right
wrong.
off.
This is it. This is what he was radioing us about.
So con save. He needs a con
Yes. Marvit would do this, except they would all be emoji.
All poop emoji.
No.
Oh.
I hate finding
It'd be
lies.
fire. It'd be little fire. It'd be little flames. And that would be
Look,
it.
the side of his face.
I got a 19.
save. Ooh, that does save. Yeah.
100%. 100%. Fire.
So I'll
Fire.
do
Fire.
half damage, which is it rounded down or up?
Down.
Down.
4.
And I don't move.
You don't move.
Okay, there's sort of a.
Wait. Okay, I can quick cast. It again.
Can you?
No, they're not. One of them needs to be a cantrip.
Oh, one needs to be a cantrip.
Yeah.
Really?
Bonus action spells force one to be a cantrip.
Oh. Okay. Well then, I'll just.
Stupid card.
That's why quicken spells
I'll
is
do my
relatively
frost
easy to
card.
Just throw your death card.
Okay.
Throwing a frost card at it. Let's see if we can hit. No.
Okay.
You didn't see that.
Reese is done. Farran, Lynn, you're on deck.
Am I able to stand up, or is it preventing me in some way?
It is not preventing you.
Okay.
You can just stand up.
I'll stand up, and I want to look this guy over because we saw it is a dog. It's looking kind of mangy. Does it have a collar or anything identifying it as having been...
Rabies, yeah, does it have its rabies tags?
No, it doesn't seem to have any accessories or anything like that that you might be able to use to pinpoint it.
Yeah. I'll still... I'm unable to speak like freely on my own term. I'll look to Maddie and be like, he seems awfully interested in me. I think that since I haven't really identified my face in any of our missions, someone may be tracking me through other means.
Well, Maddie on the other side of the dog is listening intently, probably.
Yeah, you see a thumbs up. Oh, it's not fair.
At which point, I will, for this round's bonus action, I'll use my shifting to gain 4 temporary hit points.
Aroo.
Ow.
That's not what foxes sound like.
All your yams,
Yep,
yip,
yep,
yip, yap.
Beautiful. And any action type actions?
Yeah, then I'm going to. Having noticed that, this is probably just a hound that has been sent to hound, I'll try and go non-lethally with, with my strikes, even with the sword.
Okay.
So maybe...
This is what people try not to kill.
This is the weirdest
Oh my god.
It's just dogs.
Lynn is very upset by everything
Dogs
here.
are the best.
Dogs are very
Not this
This
one.
is a
Yeah,
bad dog.
this is...
Bad dogs
I'm taking the lead. I don't know if Maddie has a plan
Some
for
bad
what to do
dogs
with this dog.
can be trained to be good dogs.
And now I will roll this attack with a short kick. And that's a 2. So I will now take the bonus action by kicking it, which would have probably been non-lethal anyway. I'm done kicking.
Just go ahead and check out.
I much prefer the idea that you just can't bring yourself to hurt a dog.
Oh.
I'm like,
Lynn.
Am I up on the roof now?
Yes.
Can I run over? Can I place a hand on Farran? Can I get to touch him?
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna slap him on the back and say, "I know you got this, buddy," and cast Heroism,
Okay.
which is a fun spell. You are immune to fear effects, and you gain my spell modifier in temporary hit points every turn, which is going to be 3, I guess.
does that have a stacking blocking mechanic?
Surely temp hit points just overwrite, so you have your 4 for the moment. But
That's every round.
Every round
Yeah.
that'll replace it whatever you have with 3.
And at the end of a minute or concentration, you lose all of those. But after doing that, I'm going to yell, "Bad dog, sit!" Please, God, let that work, because that would be the funniest thing in the world. Ix is going to shoot it in the head before it gets a chance.
Give me a check of some kind.
No, this is all performance. I'm acting like it's master.
Do you want to use performance or do you want to use intimidate?
I'm performing.
Okay.
11.
Okay.
That was
Ix.
the time where a natural 20 would have been amazing. Ix is shoot him in the head.
This is gonna reload and shoot.
Okay. Non-lethally?
Lethal, shoot it in the head.
She's gonna shoot it in the head.
Okay.
It's literally trying to maul her ninja friend.
The dog we do like.
And Farran.
Oh my god.
And then I'm gonna use my cunning action to try to stealth.
Oh my god.
12 on stealth.
Dogs are good at smelling stuff.
Yeah.
And you're very smelly.
Yeah.
Ark, it's your turn.
You smell like fresh barf.
It should get distracted.
I am going to, I'm going to charge up and take a swing at this thing.
Fresh Barf is, of course, the Jublex's real name.
No.
Actual name.
He's the
Ark's going to miss, but let's see what Cub does.
Cub's not there.
Cub's not
Oh,
here.
Cub's not here, damn it.
Yep.
Ark's going to miss.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
The dog rolls around and bites at Lynn.
It needs to make a will save first.
Oh, right. Wait, will?
Wisdom.
I'm sorry, wisdom. Oh, they don't do the thing anymore.
That's right. All right, what happens if I fail that?
It cannot attack me.
Retarget is, I think, the usual thing.
Okay. Then it is going to continue the sweep and attack Maddie, but that will miss.
Right.
But a couple of rakes.
But Lynn knows that it didn't like me very much.
Yeah,
and
it
it's
gives
just
you a
like,
good glare on the way through. Does a 19 hit you?
19 does hit.
Okay.
All right, so much for my theory.
Yeah, no, I was trusting
it
you
was
on
just
that.
poked pretty hard.
You take 6 points of damage.
All
I
right.
mean, I didn't do any damage and it went after me, so I'm gonna...
You did yell at it.
I know, it's a bad dog. I'm gonna yell at it again.
I'm gonna cry on stream.
Yeah, I know.
Maddie, it's your turn. Who's your next?
She will thrust again with her rapier, still trying to do non-lethal, and not using that die anymore. That's terrible. Dies roll single digits on that. That one also is rolling single digits.
God,
so
we're so bad at this.
Yeah.
Reese.
There are 6
Oh my
people
gosh.
beating up this dog and nothing is happening.
Wow.
I'm so sorry, stream. I'm so sorry.
What
He
level
has
do you
8
need?
hit points because.
I'm just gonna throw a frost
I get a lot of
card at
practice
him.
healing.
Whoop.
Alright, Ruby, let's fucking do it.
Hey!
Oh,
Probably
that had
20.
That had 2 digits in it.
20 will hit.
Yay! Sweet.
We did it.
It's gonna
Yeah, that was our goal.
be 4 damage.
Is it frozen?
10 minus 10 feet speed
Okay.
till my turn.
Okay.
So, does it look critically wounded yet?
No.
Oh,
Not remotely.
oh good.
Hit
Farran.
a couple
All
of
right. I'm going
It looks
to try and
slightly
hit this
cold.
dog.
Somebody
Shake
hit
it, shake
this
it.
dog.
Sure trying. Nope.
Nope. Gonna try and punch this dog. That's, yeah, that's a 20.
All right.
That hit.
Punch a dog. You monster.
Achievement unlocked.
Boop him in
Dog
the snoot.
punch. That's
Snoot boots.
No,
Seven.
he's looking at the rear end of it. Again.
that's 7
Oh, yeah.
points.
7.
And
Hey, you can give me a perception check. Why don't you?
yeah, perception.
Punch that dog in the butt.
It's not a real dog.
That is a total of 14.
Okay. You punch that dog, all right.
Oh man. Even when I win, I lose. I'm gonna hang on to the key points for now in case of emergency.
Lynn.
I'm gonna hold action until right before dog's turn.
Okay. X.
Shoot the dog in the head.
That's been her plan for the past 3 rounds.
Okay.
Oh, actually, can I retcon one thing in there?
Sure.
When
Please,
I see it
something
attack, when I see it, well, no, but when I see it attacking other people, I'll just be like, okay, so much for that theory, and try and like get like if Lynn will have it, try to get in between her and the dog. And
Lynn's okay with that.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
I didn't say this, but Lynn was hiding behind you. It just reached over your shoulder.
Yes.
Like, Lynn's
Okay.
always hiding behind someone.
Yeah, especially when you've given me the courage to
Aha!
not get killed by this dog. Hopefully.
Yes.
X.
Alright. X is she'll re-rack her crossbow and sight in on it. As far as X is concerned, this looks like a losing battle so far. So she's
It's not
gonna-
looking good for the
Yeah.
shadows.
Since she's kind of behind it, she's just gonna like lean past its body, and while it's like fighting with Maddie, like when its head kind of tips into view, she'll shoot it. So I'm gonna use sharpshooter for plus 10 damage, minus 5 to hit. Yeah, I don't like this idea either, but you motherfuckers aren't hitting it. And when you are, you're not dealing damage.
Hey, I hit it for 22. That's not far.
You hit it and then did a perception check, which means you didn't do any damage. That's an 11 hit.
No.
Negative.
I'm going to stress that into a hit.
Oh.
What does that put you at for sure?
9.
Okay. Stop here.
I mean, X was not looking in great shape.
Yeah.
Stress or no stress.
That's 18 magical damage.
Good gravy. It lets out a tremendous whine as blood spurts from inside of its mouth.
And Ixel, she'll take the shot and then just like, like, ooh. And I will cutting action. I'll try to hide. Give me a d20.
You'll try, but will you succeed?
No,
Arc.
of course not. No, we haven't 24 to hide.
Alright.
You hide behind Farran.
Perfect.
Alright, just gonna take another swing.
You knocked me out of the way.
Quick question.
Yeah.
I assume you have something special, but for anyone else, crossbow into melee is got minuses to it, right?
That is correct.
So yes, even for me, if you're within melee range, you have disadvantage on
Yeah.
Okay.
range attack.
I'm not gonna do that then. I was thinking about it, but I was like,
Crossbow.
I'm gonna
not
miss.
high enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless the 14 hits.
Negative.
Yeah.
Lynn, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out a candle, but I'm moving it.
Okay.
Let's say, dog, go fetch, and I'm tossing it, and I'm trying to get the dog to chase after it. While
Where are you throwing it? Like in the alley, or?
we're on the roof,
Yes.
so I'm throwing it to the edge of the roof,
Okay.
not over. I'm hoping it will chase it and go to the edge.
Okay. Okay. basically like dog screaming at the damage that it's taken from inside of its mouth. It's like, and actually it is gonna like turn and bound off of the roof that you're on.
Perfect.
Yep.
Reaction.
Sure. Best of
I'm
luck.
gonna take credit for this, by the way.
Yeah, it's terrified of candles.
Good.
That is a natural 20.
Exploded.
Does that stop its movement?
Luckily for it, it will not stop its movement. It's still going to take a whole mess of damage on the
God,
way.
please don't kill the dog.
On the way out. It is a smite. That is happening.
Okay.
Oh yeah. God, I look.
Actually, it's also going to have the effect around it that hurts it again when it moves because it's that attack. No, this is a reaction. Sorry, forget that.
Okay. I lied before. I do need the stabbing and smite damage separately.
Do you want it from last time as well?
No, I figured that out.
Okay. In this case, let me roll.
Are we gonna like kill a major story hook here?
All right. Red is the rapier.
Okay.
Green and blue are smites. I'll roll both twice. So we have 9 piercing to start with, and 13 radiant, and it's still going. 11 more radiant and 3 more piercing.
Okay.
And a wild magic check.
Yes.
Yes. Force it.
That is a 9. No effect unless you force one.
Well, I've already forced one.
That's true.
Right?
Oh, you can only force one a session?
That's the gentlemanly thing to do.
Every time!
I mean, yeah, you can do what he wishes with it, but yeah.
With Marvin, I would do it 50% of the time.
Really?
Well, I would...
The first time you would always do it.
Yeah.
First roll of the session, you always made him do it. I really like that.
I like to party. It shrieks, but it does bound away, galloping at tremendous speed. Basically like leaping from roof to roof as it disappears down into the depths of the city.
You forgot your candle!
The dog comes back.
Grabs it, runs off.
Ix will kind of like stagger after it, like trying to sight it on it, even though it's like plainly gone. She'll like stagger forward a little bit and then like collapse down on her hands and knees.
I'm gonna start shoving gauze in Farran's face. He's pretty hurt.
Wait.
Like into the mask.
No, yeah, just 1d6 plus 4 plus 3.
Oh, thank. I was actually wondering if we should hound the hound.
What the heck was that thing?
I'm sorry.
It's already gone.
What's the number?
1d6 plus
So-
7.
Just
Oh.
FYI, it can move like 120 feet.
And can cross
Double.
rooftops in the process, which already takes out everybody but us.
It can, yeah.
I
Even
wasn't
if we could
intending
not
to. But
I'm not saying
Yeah.
don't try to do that, but just know what you're up against.
Yes.
Someone.
What are your hit points at?
That would bring me to full.
Okay.
Well, if it, yeah, yes.
So,
Thank you very
like,
much.
know what-
So,
Look, we get out of here and we talk later.
well,
The whole point of this is to get attention off of us.
Lynn
and
starts
we-
helping Ix
I've
up.
never heard of any dogs.
Are you
that
okay?
big.
And we're going to talk about it later. Come on.
Yeah, covered in blood.
Let's go.
Oh,
Let's
oh.
go.
He's pretty hurriedly rushing everyone back through city secrets to the hideout by the quickest and stealthiest means possible.
Please,
okay,
so
what,
many
what I
things
will
for you
do,
now.
like I won't disobey and like run off on my own or anything, but I'll see if I can like take my sword and like cut off some of Lynn's gauze and dab up some of the dog's blood.
Okay, excellent, excellent.
Yeah, there's enough time for
I paid
that
a lot
while
of money
we're
for that.
Yeah.
collecting.
I paid no money
eggs.
for that. I stole all of these.
So it's like maybe we can figure out what type of dog this is.
Sure. You begin making your way back through the streets, but even creeping through the alleys and such, you can't help but draw a little bit of attention with the big old flashlight up above your head. Everywhere you go, there's just well, you try and look up at it, and it just
And?
moves with your head.
And there's a priestess of the silver flame right there,
Yeah,
escorting our.
it's
good
like there's a
light.
religious
When is
parade.
this thing gonna go away?
Yeah. Can
What
you,
does it
you
Grace
can't
tries
turn
to
that
grab
off?
it.
Oh,
You cannot grab it.
Okay.
Can you turn that off? Like it's kind of like.
I didn't turn it on.
Can you like cover it with something? You had some fabric earlier, right? Illusory.
Then he pulls out a small like blanket towel thing and tries to put it on top of her head, and
It looks solid, but it phases through.
What if you just like hold it up? Like hold the towel. No, hold the towel up over it.
Oh, I see.
So that you're like, even though it would go
that
through.
would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Can I try to create the illusion of a hat?
Yes.
Yeah.
But would the light shine through the
Yes.
hat? Yes. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think we should just
What am I
like
supposed to do with this damn thing?
hold the towel
Hold on,
over.
hold on.
As soon as you utter this, it's suddenly and like sort of wobbles, and yeah, it actually like physically like and then crumbles as its light goes out.
Lynn was about to try and take it, but
And then it gets back up there and turns brighter.
Whatever, we'll figure it out later. Let's just get back.
Was it? Did you actually condemn it to hell?
When we get back.
You arrive back at your hideout.
did you actually condemn it to hell?
That was
I can't condemn things to hell. What are you going on about?
I'm just
Well, you
saying
can
that
summon-
normally people do tend to, in frustration, casually speak of damnation, but then actual holy symbol did seem to vanish specifically when you mentioned such topics.
Does the silver flame
You might- you
silver
might-
flame believes in heaven and hell, right? Or
Yes.
Yeah.
They believe in the purity of fire cleansing sin.
But they
believe
also
in-
explicitly believe in heaven and hell.
Yeah, they
Were you really confident?
That does seem to be
No,
what fell down.
it's
doesn't
a
it?
shtick.
That's what I assume, but
I gotta tell you, I like the armor a lot better.
I don't blame you on that one. I'm just curious if thoughts or talk of things that aren't holy somehow can be used as a
Well, if that's the case, they picked the wrong woman.
Why did
Well,
the dog try to maul you?
Yeah, there is also
That's
that.
also- that's also a good question.
Good evening.
Sigur, hello.
I have some fried green beans.
Oh,
yeah.
we shouldn't get these too near that thing, or else we're gonna get automaton green beans.
War beans? Bean forge?
Bean forge.
I've known a few druids who may disagree with me, but I speak as a professional when I say that beans do not have souls.
Guide yourself down the floor.
Yeah, Lynn goes and gets a pillow off of the couch and a blanket and brings them over to Ix.
Aw.
That
She puts
probably
them next to Ix
could have
and
gone
then
better.
lets it be there.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't expect him the dog.
I guess so my theory for those who didn't hear it is I've always, I suppose, I mean, I don't know to what extent my identity is publicly known, considering that I, don't really have one that I would reveal on our missions, but, a creature like that might be able to track someone down based on scent or blood, which unfortunately I have left at our missions.
I will give you one meta hint, and that is to say that a character in the game has mentioned a dog before, not a Shiba Inu.
Was that Joro's dog?
Actually, I think he was known to have a dog, wasn't he?
Yeah. That was Joro's.
Yeah, something.
Lord's dog.
It was
Wait,
something
have I
about
taken
feeding
damage?
somebody to a dog or something,
Yes.
wasn't it?
It was.
Yes.
So,
That
And
was
it-
Joro's dog.
That
Sounds
seems-
more than likely it sounds like
That's why I was trying to take it alive. Maybe it was a dumb idea, but I bet you'll approve.
Well, it
I
knows
was
it's
planning on.
Okay. I
Hold on, let her
feel.
finish talking.
Well, no, Lynn's interjecting at that. Like, I feel I need to point out, I care more about the non-dog lives, and if we pick one of the two sides, I'm gonna go with killing
All I
the
was going
dogs.
to say was the plan was take it alive and deliver it back to him and say, look, we want out of this fight. It don't serve no purpose for us. Here's your dog back that we could have, in all rights, put down. We're returning him to you. Unfortunately, he got away, so it
Fair
just looks
idea.
like he got away. But that was the idea, because
Another idea, and this is going to be an important one. It looks like we are being tracked by scent, and they know where our hideout is. So, level.
Speaking of scent, I'll be back in a little bit.
Yeah, we need to get a jar of anise oil or something, and then break it in a crowded area.
Maddie leaves immediately as soon
Goodbye.
as scent was mentioned. I mean, she did spend several minutes hiding in a
Garbage.
Oh, right, that was that. But we, being tracked by scent, if you throw down something a very strong scent like anise oil, that
Or fox urine.
or fox urine, it basically overpowers everything. And if you do it in a crowded area, it means that scent is going to go all over the city and break the nose of your tracker. So that's something we may want to take care of in the relatively near future. Although they probably do know where we are hiding out, so.
Possible.
But dog probably needs to not be able to keep tracking us next time we see it.
No,
not that
I'm
scared of the
probably.
dog. If I had had another clean shot, I think it would have gone down.
I'm probably safe.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're glad.
stone and wood.
It did seem difficult to pierce it with conventional weaponry.
Yeah.
Reach grabs a cup of coffee for himself and Ix.
Here you go. Thank you.
So,
There's a. As Colette literally like kicks the door down, it's like, I've got it.
Hello,
Hello. Good God, what happened to you? What's that smell?
Fox here.
we had to run in with a dog. Big dog.
You brought a dog in here?
No.
What should we do with the statue thing?
We need to make sure that
It's destroyed.
no,
I know.
destroying that thing might be a hazardous enterprise in and of itself. Usually the best thing to do in these situations is nothing. We're going to do nothing with it, but we need to make sure that no one else does anything with it either. We're going to
I
put
like
it
that
somewhere
idea.
incredibly safe, lock it up, make sure no one gets it.
Where?
Maddie returns at this point.
Oh no.
The bank, of course, where you put all of your valuable stuff.
Yeah, we rob those, don't we?
That's just it. No one's going to know that it's there because
Can't
you're
detect the
going to
magic.
break in and put it there.
Oh.
Hello! Safe
we'll
deposit
pick up-
box raid. Hell
we'll
yeah.
pick up with that next week.
Yeah.
We can't get Ix a couple of drinks before we go on this mission, or a couple of.
Oh, you don't have to go on this like now.
Okay.
You'll have a whole downtime session in between.
And that counts as a score we just.
That was
did.
absolutely a score, yeah.
Sweet.
So we'll pick up actually with payoff
Oh, okay.
adjustments.
Score, mauled by dog. Yeah.
Well,
Plus.
I think you technically succeeded at the goal of like
Finding out.
spooking Ogdrin and getting information out of him.
And I think that people will be more hesitant to rat out the Warforged who just follows you into dark alleys and it's like, hey!
Yeah, because if
No.
you tangle with them, you might get mauled by the dog that's trying to kill them.
Yeah, seriously. Space is
Well,
good.
there were rumors about Warforged stabbing people.
Oh no, now that
Yeah,
heat's gonna
no.
come on us.
Yeah.
Yes.
We can pass that turbo.
Good game, everyone.
Good.
Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for hanging out. I don't know that I've got too much else this week. You got anything
What?
to like announce or anything like that?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
All right.
I
Hang
want
in
to take
there.
pictures of dogs this weekend.
Take care.
Bye, stream.
Bye.
Bye,
stream.
Bye.
Actually, is that this weekend? The dog.